All right, guys, who's ready to go 1-3 with the Vampire Coast tonight and lose all our games? I am, baby. We're playing Coast and going to be trying to figure them out. Should be fun exploring some factions that I haven't played too much, but been playing them a little bit offline, and they're very fun to play. So yeah, it's going to be great. How you guys doing? All right, so let me fire this beast up and get everything all set up here. And we're going to be starting the tournament in a couple minutes. We just have the last couple players kind of shuffling in here. Sorry for the late start. Was out of town and just barely managed to get back in time. So here we are on tonight's tournament. Looks like we have over 25 people signing up for a late night short nose tournament, including many Europeans actually. Going to be staying up super late. So that should be fun. And yeah, we're playing Vampire Coast, so this could be rough. They're not considered to be very strong right now, but you know, we'll see, man. We'll see. It's going to be great. Okay, so 2 minutes left until we start. Taking a look at tonight's tournament. We'll shift on over to the old websites and see. Here we are. So tonight's single faction tournament, and scrolling down here, it looks like almost everybody's checked in. A couple people haven't, but I have sent them messages, so they'll have an opportunity to check in the next 2 minutes. If not, we're going to be starting. So some very strong players right now. Taking a look at the early leaderboard, I believe, let's see, who's number one right now on the old leaderboard? So scrolling over here, where's it going to be? All right, there it is. All right, House God of War, who I believe is playing tonight with a rock hard 81% win rate. That's pretty savage. Catholic Alcoholic is also playing tonight, so we have the top two players on the leaderboard, and Tim the Wilder. So we have the top three players on Season 5 currently playing tonight, which is going to be extremely intense. That's some stiff competition, man. That's some really, really stiff competition. I believe Hadries is playing also. He's been killing it, rocking a 71% win rate, which will only be coming up for him, I would imagine. All righty, so shifting back here. Doing all right? Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay. Yes, I've been battling the AI tooth and nail to practice. All right, so checking here. We got 1 minute left on the 1 minute left on the check-in, and then we'll be starting the event. You're gonna play Warriors of Chaos. That's fun. Warriors of Chaos is solid, man. They're really good. I mean, they got Aecold, they got the Mutalith Beast. I think Warriors of Chaos is like a solid, fair faction. Like, they don't feel like ever overpowered to play against, but they're good. I wonder how they hang. Ogre Kingdoms are banned tonight. I feel like in an SFT format they can be pretty oppressive. So I'm just testing it out. We might not ban them next time, but we're going to collect some feedback and see what people think. I have no idea what you're talking about, Banana. How come you can't play tonight, Pone? I hosted this just for you, and you just abandoned us. Man, come on, dude. Okay, so 6:15. The time is officially now, and we're going to be starting the event. And since it's single faction tournament, should be pretty quick games overall. Okay. And let's go ahead and generate the old bracket, seeing if there's any last minute check-ins or signups. Nope, it looks pretty much the same, although I do see someone new here. So let me message them and make sure they get in. Okay. Okay. I believe this is the player. Nope, can't find him. Okay, so we're going to give this player like 1 second. I think somebody new just signed up and is going to be checking in here real quick. Ogres are just very, very powerful. In a format where you can't like counterpick or like pick around your matchups, running into them can be just pretty much an auto loss for a lot of factions. Okay, so this person, let me message them and see if I can find them in Discord. I always spend a lot of time chasing folks around. Hey, you playing? We'll give them 15 seconds. If they don't respond, then I'm going to start it. Because we are over the start time. You have work in the morning. Dude, you could stay up late, though. That's the thing, Pone. You could stay up late and just party like the days of old, man. Take it back to the days of your youth, you know? All right. Okay. So they're not playing. So let's generate the bracket. And boom, here we go. So first round. Let's get the dreaded bye round, baby. Start off with a W. Who am I playing? Oh, I'm playing Subutai. Him and I, we always get matched together. It's hilarious. I don't know what he's playing. I think he's playing Grand Cathay. Okay, so we're good to go. So let's get this. This is the red in, and this is tournament chat. He's playing Grand Cathay, which I think is going to be really hard. Grand Cathay usually is great against Coast. Attorney is live, especially with Croman now. It's a whole different beast. All right, so the tourney is live, my friends. Good luck, have fun. We're probably gonna have a hard game here, but we're gonna give it our all, that's for sure. And we're on Itza, which is a pretty close quarters map. You got some fun maps tonight, but let's see if we can take down the old Cathay. We'll give it our best. So Subutai, there he is. We're up, dude. That's so funny. All right, it's we were practicing Coast too. I'm a little bit sad that I'm playing him because he knows my what I like to do with them. Other players might be a little bit surprised, but even still. Okay, so let's get the screen blocker up on our first match, and he's playing Grand Cathay, so we need to start building for that. Seeing what sort of havoc we can bring upon the forces of Grand Cathay. All right, so let's get you, get this, and we can do that as well. I think that's fine. Cut that and cut that. Okay. I'm playing Vampire Coast tonight because I feel like a lot of people just say they're terrible, and you know, I feel like they deserve a little bit of love, you know, just a little bit. Okay, let's do this. Let's do that. I wonder what Lord we're going to see from him. Probably Iron Dragon, which is going to be super annoying to deal with. Iron Dragon is an absolute pain in the butt with his I think his heal might be bugged. It's pretty wild how much healing you get out of that. So we will see. All right, so rounds up. I'm just doing my build right now versus the old Subutai. And we can slap some of you guys in on the top. 1, 2. Cathay infantry are certainly a little bit problematic. But I think we got some options against them. Hey, Buck, let's start the night off right. Thank you, man. Thank you. That's right. Well, Prof. Pone, Subutai and I played a couple matches last night. We were training in my Vampire Coast, and they were winning a lot of games, but he now knows my builds. So this is a little bit of a dicey one here. All right, so what else do we want to bring in here? Cathay does have some funny business. We can throw you guys in. I think that's pretty good. I would love to bring Queen Bess, but Cathay cannons are just going to kill Queen Bessie for sure, which it would not be a good time for me. Any other characters that we want to bring? Not really too worried about it. We got dogs. You got to bring you got to let the dogs out if you're playing Grand Cathay. The dogs must be released. Okay, what kind of magic damage do they have? They have those damn crowmen are going to be a big issue to deal with. Because they just wreck the hound units and the other like peeling pieces you have, so it's a little scary. It's a little scary for sure. All right, so let's get you. That'll give us what, 900, and then we can throw 2 of you guys in reserve. There you go. All right, summon the old Elector deckhand mobs, and then of course we need to probably max out on these guys if we can, as many as we can possibly fit. A campaign, yeah, I don't know. Campaign, it doesn't tickle my pickle like it once did, you know? I don't know. I used to enjoy doing a campaign here and there, but it's just, oh, bloats are not going to work here, dudes. They're not going to work. No, definitely not. You're not going to have a good jolly time with the bloaty boys. Okay, so that looks fine. And what do we want for the rest of the build? Anything else? I always wonder about, like, Lampreys in this matchup. Is Lamprey's Revenge going to be worth it? Or Depth Guard going to be worth it? You know, that kind of stuff. Pistol mobs are okay. The thing about pistol mobs is they do give you Vanguard capture weight, so it gives you like a little bit of forward pressure, which you normally lack pretty heavily with Vampire Coast. So yeah, I don't know. Could be an option, but yeah, they have a lot of mobility, a lot of diving, a lot of speedy stuff, which is definitely stressful. Okay, and then we can slap you in there just as a utility piece. Very cool. Let the boys watch. Morgul's did get buffed this patch, not big buffs, but they did get a cost reduction. They're very weak against Cathay shooting, but against the infantry and sustained combat, of course, they can do pretty well for you. So there's a little bit of back and forth there, which is nice. Okay, so front line, let's slap some chevrons. I wish that Vampire Coast could teach its zombies how to use shields. You know, just like teach them how to use a buckler, man. Give them those bronze shields, and then we would be we'd be rolling all the way to the bank with that one. Do we want you guys for any reason? Yeah, that's not a bad choice. I think having is like a one-off there. And all right, we got 2 of those. Want to slap down any of these bad boys? Maybe this. Let's get you. All right, I think this build's relatively good. It feels solid. It feels decent. I have a couple little bits and pieces of money to spend. Always a pain in the butt. Can't figure out where to put that money, but all right. Oh wait, 650. Geez, I almost started without a unit. That would have sucked. Okay, there we go. Any ROR deckhands I can squeeze in here. We can throw in the Tide of Skilled, which aren't the worst thing in the world. They do have like pretty good melee defense, I think. Do they? Yeah, they have Rowdy, and that gives them leadership. That's what it is. Okay. All right. It could be the lobster. Sly lobster. That's pretty good. We're just going to go lose all our games tonight, dude. We're going to drag the coast win rate down to the pits of hell. What are we sitting at for the coast win rate right now? Okay, Vampire Coast is currently sitting at a 40-something% win rate. Not terrible. Grand Cathay sitting at 51%, so they're very solid as well. Grand Cathay, you don't want to mess with them. They can do some work for sure. You guys, I mean, I feel like these guys could be neat. They could get around and cause a little bit of havoc. Wonder about that. Yeah, I think our build's fine. I don't need to overthink it too much. Cool, man. Good luck, have fun to Subutai. We're going to do the ready up on him. Let's pick a cool banner. Pirates of Sartosa always looks rad. The Drowned. What else do we have? Oh, the Dead Fleet. Oh, that's the Cathay one. Yeah, we have the Cathay banner. That's perfect. We're like the Vampire Coast and Cathay. Dude, we're going to drag the win rate down to the bottom of the deeps, dude. Yeah, Crowmen are a really big problem, and it's something you didn't have to used to deal with, right? Like, Crowmen, normally you would have a pretty safe backfield against Cathay. They would have to get back there with Cav and all that stuff, but now it's a whole different potato. 0-4, let's go, boys. Making it out of Leicester on a broken ship. Yeah, I think we'll win at least one game tonight. I need to practice Coast. I don't really know them too well, you know, so this is a good experience for us. And of course, we will be casting the semifinals and the top four. Subutai with his classic take 45 minutes to build his army build. My favorite part of the Vampire Coast is the part where they coasted all over the opposition. Dude, it's coasting time. It is, Saint. Thank you. Really appreciate it, man. You're getting the Vampire Coast fired up and ready to go for their first game. I bought AoE 4 just for fun. Oh, dude, AoE 4 is so fun, dude. It's a great game. We're going to be streaming that tomorrow almost. I know I've been saying that, but legit, actually tomorrow. Unless my hands act up, we'll see. All right, so we're on It's a small map, brawl map. You know, it's going to get a little crazy. Going to get a little heated over here, which I like. And yeah, Coast is... No, I don't want Coast to be too strong. Undead factions you have to be really careful with. The fact that their units are unbreakable is like pretty nasty. Coast is honestly in a good spot right now. I mean, they're sitting around 40-45% win rate, and that's with people who probably know how to play them. So that's good. That's like 45% solid. You don't want them over, you know, anyone over 55-60% in that range is kind of a little problematic. You want like 40 to 55, because I think the 40% factions can be brought up by good players just playing them. Yeah. Deck Hunters? Yeah, Deck Hunters could be cool. I didn't... they seem a little bit vulnerable. I don't know. We're trying it out. They're so squishy. Like, Deck Hunters die in like 1 second. Like, one bad engagement, and they just fold like a piece of paper. So, all right, so we're going to get a halberd mob going up to the high ground. And we basically just have a lot of zombies. I mean, there's not much more to a coast front line than deckhand mobs, right? You don't have too many choices. They're not going to kill Cathay infantry, but they hold adequately well. All right, so we got 3 of those. And then from here, we're going to get our handgunners. All right, all right. All right, and all right. So they're going to be putting some DACA down. They got buffed in this patch. Subutai is going to know I have them for sure, because I've been using them in all the games we've been playing against one another. Triple mortars at the back to kill the archers. Obviously, I'm going to need a little bit of a help to kill the archers. We got Count Noctilus here. A couple pistol mobs in the back, which will be supporting to shoot the crowmen, is the idea. 1 and 1. And then we got a halberd mob here, and the other halberd mob is going to move to the other side. The mortars we're going to protect with Collins. So we're going to be using dogs and Morngulls and different things like that to kind of protect those bad boys. So he's got a wide army, man. We both have pretty wide armies. Jeez, look at that. Yeah, there's a couple people playing Skaven today, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let me turn the game sound up so I can hear this. But yeah, Cathay has typically been favored against Coast in my experience. So we're not gonna have an easy fight on our hands. They're durable infantry. It's like you got the worst of dwarves, but with like magic, which is very frightening. We got some summons though. I'm hoping they'll do some work, and we could put a little bit of hurt down on the old Cathay army. Subutai taking his time here. I'm sure he's got some big schemes cooked up. Okay, so if we can keep those mortars online, I'll be feeling pretty good. All right, so we're live, and let's move up, and the mortars can now creep up and start shooting at the archers. So go after the crossbows. We can shoot you guys and shoot you guys for now. Looks like he's just going to scoot back and hide, which is pretty standard fare. When you're playing against artillery, you usually just want to, you know, range it to the best of your abilities here. And cool. So you guys can creep up on the side. We're getting Octolus in there, and we need to start dropping summons on top of his bows. Because with the bows shut down, my animated Hulks and different things like that can do some substantial work, I would say. Cathay splitting up its army is a risky play. My army individually, not individually, but is going to be a little bit tighter at... Okay, so we're just going to start blasting those Jade Warriors. We'll move you guys up to contest this point. We can call some zombies. He's going to save for mass Crowmen, probably. I do see a call-in coming, but yeah, there's one. Okay. So now we need to just basically eviscerate the bow units and get that like steady grind going. It's going to be a breath caster. Okay, so let's get you guys a little deeper set, and you guys a little bit deeper set here. The guns are about ready, and up on the top we got Crowmen coming in already, so very scary indeed. All right, so let's get you guys here. Mortar shots should start saturating in, and we'll move up a couple zombies up on the point, so like so, and then you guys can come over here. Get these guns a little bit spread out. We don't want to have all of our cookies and, or however the term goes, all of our things in one basket is basically the term that I'm looking for here. All right. So Noctilus is going to do it. We can drop a Rotsmoon dial back here on these archers. Hopefully that will shut them down for now. And he can just start grinding away there, and we'll get you guys down here, you guys down here. And we have a lot saved up. Unfortunately, these guys are getting wrecked, so we just need to run away with them, and good. Those zombies are going to tie them down. And here, and here. All right, let's mortar those guys down, keep grinding away. And now we get ready to party. So guns are here. We can do some call-ins. So what we'll do is get a couple Hulks smashing. So we'll get the Hulks moving up, and we want a Morgul to attack the Crowmen, basically. That's the game plan. So that's pretty good for us. Overall, off to a respectable start, I would say. We got these guns here and these guns kind of covering. So everybody's going to kind of be covering one another. Unfortunately, we are getting DAC'd now, so that's a little bit scary. Let's grab some bats, send the bats after his archers here, and go see if you can disrupt those lines. Very cool. And now the Crowmen are on their way in. So we need to start just blasting those Crowmen into another dimension if we can. In the backfield, I do have the Morgul's at the ready. So when these Crowmen inevitably sneak around, the Empress's Crowmen, we're going to be hopefully ready for them. And let's get these doggos and move up, do this, and get the dogs running up to get to go after those peasant archers. All right. So Noctilus has successfully chased down one of these units here. Let's do a summon. Crowmen are here, but we do have the animated Hulks who should be able to take him to the club, which I'll see about that. All right. In the backfield, we do have these Morgul's ready to intercept the Empress's Crowmen. Let's get you guys turning around and shooting, you guys turning around and shooting, pull back, and great. So we have a lot of disruption, a lot of the Cathay missile pieces. I don't know why I overcasted that. That was stupid, but even still, how are we looking here? So Empress's Crowmen are coming. We have some dogs. Let's get dogs to come help and peel. And yeah, the Crowmen are getting smashed a little bit by the DACA, and now they're going to land, maybe, I'm not sure. We do have the doggies, so the dogs have been let out. They're definitely doing work. All right, Noctilus over here, keep poking away, and looks like the Crowmen are on their way. Outstanding. Let's go get those Crowmen here, and then we have these guys, which we can go after the Empress's Crowmen. And the value trading is looking pretty respectable for us. Let's go ahead and get a Hulk and move that thing up like this. Good. And what are these? These are peasant archers. All right, let's get them away. Save those doggies and those archers. Let's go after the other ones back here, these Jade Warrior crossbows, and we can drop a little summon on top of them. And if we could like protect our mortars from the Crowmen, I'll be feeling pretty damn good. All right, so do we have another dog summon? You do not, but we do have a pistol summon in the back, so maybe that can finish them off here, and then you guys can come back and salvage this operation, and we just need to do our best to secure our lines. The problem is I'm triple capped right now, which is a problem you often run into when you're playing like defensive coast. All right, so let's come over here, go after these guys. Pistol mob still shooting away, but unfortunately a lot of back pressure. And up on the top, we need to get some zombies just rolling to that point. So that looks good, that looks good. And we do have the Rotsmoon dial now, so let's shut down these guys. Cool. So how's the backfield looking? A little bit messy, but the Morgul's are cleaning up shop. They're able to clean up quite a few of these guys, and we still do have some mortar action. Hopefully we're going to be able to kind of keep that going. Oof. So value trading is good, but the problem is we're just really struggling to get on the objectives, man. That's the hardest thing we got going here. All right, let's get a Fellbat, Fellbat, Fellbat. Come on, there we go. All right. So Fellbat cruises up there, and these peasant archers can go here and hopefully take them down. In the backfield, yeah, you see, it's really hard to protect with the Crowmen now. That really changes the meta of that back pressure. All right, start shooting here. See if we can start playing the top objective. We are grinding adequately well here. Nice little breath attack from Subutai there. We're holding even value, but no, he's pulled ahead now on value. So we probably have lost this. Man, the Crowmen are just so difficult to deal with. I shouldn't have gone any artillery whatsoever. Should have just gone rush. But, you know, that's why we play these, to learn, right? All right, so high ground objective's going okay. Let's get another Fellbat, fly that thing over, and have it go and lurk and potentially shut down these Jade crossbows. That maybe you can loop down here and see what we can do there. Okay, so another summon. Let's do it right here on these bad boys. And yeah, the Crowmen, man, we just can't get them off the objective, dude. They're like unstoppable. That's nuts. They're so hard to kill. Okay, so I basically lost all my mortar fire, which is really bad. We should have known the crowmen would do that. That was foolish. Very foolish of us. All right, what do we have to call in? Yeah, let's get some deckhand mobs moving up to the center, The bats are scrapping away on the side, but not quite to the extent we would like. Count Noctilus, how you looking, buddy? Yeah, he's doing okay damage, but really I just think we're we need to do a rush build against Grand Cathay, I think. Like just a Fellbat, like kind of rush shutdown. Because the crowmen just annihilate my skirmisher units. And how are the Mongols looking? Oh, they're doing okay. They're doing their thing. High ground, let's get some more Vanguard pressure moving up. So we need to find a way to get this, although it's just not going at all. Maybe we just rotate down to the middle. We can't even get any objectives here. It's brutal. It's brutal for sure. Okay, you guys just pour over here and keep doing a little royal rumbling. We do have the crowmen swarming all over the battlefield, and holy shit. Okay, so you do not go artillery against Cathay anymore. That is just not going to work. All right, maybe some Vanguard out of here. We should be able to get a dog in a second to chase down those guys here. All right, intercept them. Take them down here. And yeah, so you guys rotate to the middle. Go down this way. Hopefully we can win this backfield fighting. There's a lot of Cathay troopers down there. I mean, we do have some healing. We can apply it to this blob here, but overall, it's probably not going to be enough. Let's see if we can just rotate and get that objective. At least start getting some points on the board, which wouldn't be bad. All right, so let's get you up there. In the backfield, how are we looking? We do have our deckhand mobs still grinding away. Halberds go after these bad boys, and yeah, man, it's going to be tough. Definitely do not go gun line against these guys. Maybe deck gunners could work, but no, you can't protect deck gunners from crowmen either. Okay, Jade Lancer is coming in to cause some havoc, and we are moving slowly over to this point with our big goon squad. The one thing that goes okay is the little Death Star that we have. I've noticed they're not doing badly. All right, is there anything we want to call in here to help out? We do have some shotgun mobs, but they're just going to get shut down and killed, so probably just animated bloats. That's basically what they are, the animated bloaty boys. All right, so we're maneuvering across. Fellbats are still on top of the archers. Noctilus does have some summons coming up in a second. No, I don't think he does. So we'll just do a big invo right there to heal those boys. All right, crossbows partially shut down. Let's get some doggos to maneuver up in the middle. So we'll get these guys, and then we can get these guys, and just start killing these various archer units. So those are Jade crossbows. They're not going to be easy to finish off here. All right, so they're wavering in the backfield. I mean, we are getting a couple little decent engagements across the field. Doesn't feel like it's quite enough. All right, Houndos, you guys nibble down those Jade Warrior crossbows. Pull back, and these Houndos need to go here, although it looks like there's some Peasant Horsemen, so we just avoid those because they actually defeat the Hounds pretty well. Yeah, I think the way you win this as Coast is you do like an all-out rush. That feels like it's probably your only bet because this is just not working at all. It is not working. It might work against old Cathay, like the mortars, because they couldn't dive you in the sky and you could just defend the ground, but having to defend both those just seems impossible. All right, Hounds and Hounds. Let's pull you guys down around this way. Looking around the top of the battlefield, we're massively down in value, just massively. All right, Fellbats come across. Hounds, is this a Jade Lancer chasing me? It is. I think these are both Jade Lancers. Okay, so let's pull back. Get you Hounds looping this way. Noctilus is, obviously he does well. You know, I'm dropping info on these guys, trying to keep them fighting a little bit longer if we can. Hunt these crossbows, do this. Do we have any more gun mobs to bring out? We do. Okay, so yeah, we just get hunted down over here. These Jade Lancers, you know, Empire Knights, same kind of thing, is very good against us. All right, so yeah, more, and crowmen kill our Fellbats too. Shit, man, it just, yeah, how do we beat Cathay now with this Vampire Coast? Feels very difficult. Because the crowmen just annihilate all my mobility. Yeah, I think it would have to be like a crab rush, like some sort of a big melee rush with like hound pressure behind it. It would have to be. So we secure that. The high ground, we could send something over there, just desperation zombies basically. But yeah, this game's over. There's nothing we can do. We're just getting out-traded so hard. Okay, let's do this. That is not going well. In the middle, we do manage to push them back. So one of the silver linings, but the crowmen there are going to kill us. Cathay is not S tier in domination, no. They're like A tier. They wouldn't be S tier by any stretch. They're very good, though. Coast is just pretty bad in some matchups. I think there's matchups that Coast can win, which hopefully we'll find out today, but I don't know how we win this one. I really don't. It's you can't stop the crowmen from diving you. Because your zombies don't do enough DPS to peel them. Oh. Yeah, we'll go to the drawing board after this game. We got some heals. We're down 3,000 value. Sure, we have a little bit of healing, but I don't think that's going to be enough to compensate. We'll maneuver over to this point, but by the time we get there, the game's probably going to be over. Yeah, you could, I think a Leviathan play could be good, like a big monster of some sort, but yeah, our army's in shambles, guys. We needed the mortars to do their work, but he killed all the mortars so quickly. There was nothing we could do against the Empress's crowmen. How much value do they get? Only 800. They probably just killed one mortar and then died, which is all they need to do, really, because then his crossbows kill the rest of my army. All right, so let's get doggos here in a second. Grab this objective. We might be able to actually wrestle that point, but it's not going to be enough. Maybe double Mourngul Haunter, like a monster-based army, could be really good. With like characters, Cathay's always kind of struggled against ground-based characters, so that could be, you know, really what you're looking for here. All right, pistol mobs, shoot these guys. You guys go here. Let's get these guys back, and then we can have the hounds counterpunch. Halberds move in as well. You guys go after the crowmen, and we'll call in one fellbat just to see. Dude, yeah, that's brutal, dude. Holy shit. I got to go back to the drawing board on that one. Okay, Noctilus, you keep fighting hard on that side point. Pit of Shades Noctilus could have been better too. All right, fellbats. Oh Jesus, yeah, I didn't even look at the score. Jeez, that's it's over. Man, that's brutal. What do we do? No, because the net, Aranessa's net can only net ground-based units. Where is he? GG. All right, saying GG to my opponent. Well played. So how do we scheme that? Man, how do we stop the crowmen push? You can't bring guns, really. It doesn't feel like, because they just out-trade all your shit. Maybe we do go for a rush. I think that has to be what you do. So we go for like a Kraken's Pull or something, like some sort of a rush like that. And get rid of Kiss of the Deep and keep the Ghosts of the Past. Double Mourngul Haunter maybe, and then strip down their kits. So let's theorycraft this while we have everyone here. No, the Bat Bombers will just get killed by crowmen. You can't stop them from killing Artie. Okay, so a rush like Solastra, she's so expensive though. Probably cut that item too to save some money. And then from here, I think you just have to get deckhand mobs. And then maybe you do some hulks. And you build up for a rush. Yeah, Luther could be okay, but if Subutai brings Iron Hill Gunners, then he'll wreck Luther Harkin really, really hard. That will just be an absolute karate chop. All right, let me see how the round's looking, by the way. Yeah, I think no, crab summons aren't that good. They're pretty easy to shut down. What is the score going to be? Okay, well, that's a weird looking thing. Did he get his win for that? Okay, for some reason his opponent dropped and someone gave him a point. So just got to fix this real quick. It looks like the first round is wrapping up here. Subutai will report the score for our game. And we'll figure it out. We'll figure out the coast. Scarecrow Banner, that's right, dude. That could be the meta. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so 1 second. Just doing a little bit. No, I did mortar spam. You can't guard the mortars against the crowmen because he has crowmen, peasant horsemen, and jade lancers all up in your backfield. It's really hard. And your only defensive pieces are hounds, crappy halberds that die to the crowmen because the deckhand mob halberds will die to crowmen. Yeah, so that's Trixie Hobbitses. Okay, let me refresh this real quick, guys. Deck Hunters would not destroy the crowmen. With proper juking, he would be able to go back and forth, yeah. I don't know how to deal with that. Let's see. So a rush, and then here you still max out on Scurvy Dogs and Fellbats to press archers. I don't think you can afford to bring any artillery in this matchup. Because Grand Cathay, not only were their cannons outtrade you, their bows and their diving now. Foot Luther, yeah. I mean, Solastra, the problem with that is she might just get focused down by all the crossbows. That's my only concern. You could go Foot Lostra, just cut the Promethean and just get her on foot and just have her be like a disruptive foot presence with like summons and things like that. Yes, with Sirens, I kind of like that idea, like something like this. What is the magic damage that they do have? Cut these and these. Get another one of those, and then we can switch you into this. We have a little bit of money left, so we'll just throw a single Fellbat in there. Something like that. Yeah, something like this maybe could be good. Like double Mourngul Haunter rush. Because, man, that artillery build did not work. There was no way to stop them. There was no way. I think you have to do a rush against Grand Cathay. And then in reinforcements, you just max out on Hulks. Probably Halberd zombies are good because at least they have some form of armor piercing. Bomber mobs will get killed by archers before they can close the distance and actually do their job, so I don't think you bring them. Probably Lampreys is good. And then mix in a couple Depth Guard. It feels bad not having healing, though. That's the thing. I can't help but think Noctilus would be even better for a foot rush because he has access to Invocation and Drown Dead. All right, so Curse of Undeath, Arcane Conduit, Hunger, Wraithstorm. And then, yeah, so he's probably better because he's still an AP fighter. That's pretty good. And you could just get Pit of Shades and just nuke units and hope for the best there. Yeah, he's a little bit more expensive, though. Captain Roth's Moondial is very, very good. You have to bring that. So cut the Fellbat, cut one of these, and that's like your opening rush. We got 2 Fellbats here. We got Halberds. We got Lampreys coming out. We have Invocation now to heal those guys. Vampire Coast can win games. They can. I have yet to figure out all their matchups, though. It's my first time playing them against Cathay. So I have a lot to learn about that one. I thought that the Mass Mortar would work, but Crowmen just shut it down too hard. All right, looks good. Yeah, bats get wrecked by Crowmen. I mean, Crowmen are very good. They wreck. They can almost kill a Bloodthirster. They're very strong. That is actually really funny, the Bloodthirster thing. No, bats get thrashed by crows. Crows thrash pretty much any air unit like that. Yeah, like cheap. They kill Screamers. They kill Furies. It definitely didn't work. All right, so 3 games to finish. It looks like champions are emerging. So we're going to go into the pits and try and... If we win our next 3 games somehow, we can still make it. Granted, I don't expect to win with Vampire Coast, but we'll give it our all for sure. Yeah, I think for Cathay, this isn't bad. We can save it. So we're going to save tonight and use this as like an army building tourney as well. So Coast versus Cathay. Versus Cathay. We'll just call it Cathay for short. Yeah, I like that. I feel like shooting is pointless. Because at least with this kind of a build, the Crowmen won't be that good. Like, they won't have any targets to really just feast or famine on. Sirens, I think, can be okay. Like on the flanks, maneuvering and pushing and microing and using good healing on them. Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. Yeah, no, it's if you haven't seen, I mean, I can show you what that testing looks like. We've done some wild testing with the crows. They're very good. It's what Cathay needed. I mean, Cathay is a very mid-tier faction, though. They're like upper mid-tier, like A-tier, I would say. Not S-tier, not even close to S-tier, though. S-tier is like Ogres, Kislev. I don't really know what the current state of Bretonnia looks like, but I feel like Bretonnia is going to be pretty damn good this patch, too. All right, so where are we at? You wanted to see that? Okay, I'll show you guys. So Pillar of Bone. So let's get, like, for example, we'll get the Empress's Crowmen, right? And then we'll get Khorne and slap you down, get rid of some of these, and then we can just get like a Fury, right? So if you want to see, the Empress's Crowmen cost 850. So for the sake of testing, let's do a basic Crowmen just so you can see what that looks like versus a Fury. So they cost the same, but you're going to see a difference here for sure. You can actually wear the Jade Warriors down with handgunner fire. In the previous patch, you could do that. You could beat Cathay with Coast by using mortars to kill the bows, and then using your guns backed up by animated hulks to kill the infantry. But you can't. It doesn't seem like you can do that with the those units anymore. The dreaded Mass Air Force, yes. Okay, so refreshing. Let's see how we're looking on the round. Okay, 1 game to be finished here. Okay, so you guys check this out. We got our crows. So stat difference is 35 and 32 against these guys who only have 18 melee defense, which is really the big factor. And Crowmen also have an additional 20 models. So they have 20 models compared to Furies, which is a big difference, right? So they're going to battle it out. And the Crowmen should just stomp them pretty badly, right? So you can see they cost the exact same amount of gold, right? The Fury gets obliterated by the Crowmen, and you could probably kill another Fury full health with this same Crowmen unit. It only lost 8 models. So they really do dominate the Air Force fights. I wonder how they do against this Herald. They should lose it, but you know, we'll get those crows in there, get a little surround, peck them down, and the Empress's Crowmen though are the ones that are really strong. Those guys just carry super hard. How are we looking here? You know, that's actually not half bad. Jesus, are they gonna kill this Herald of Khorne also? I don't know what it is. Maybe their model count's too high or something. That's oh dude, I mean, talk about Value City. That's really good. Like a tattered Crowmen unit coming in and beating down this Herald of Khorne. Yeah, that's crazy. Look at that. Yeah, very good unit. If it was the Empress's Crowmen, they're a whole nother game because their bombardments are really good too. They are squishy though, like you can shoot them, but for their price point, they should. Yeah, they're very strong. They're very strong. Way better than Furies, and they're faster too. I think. Refreshing for the round. Okay, let's see. Well, it's the additional 20 models too that is a big factor. Okay, Ghoul and Shaper are playing it out. Outstanding, and we have our first round. Hadries, did you lose your match? Who got you, man? Who got the Hadries? Oh, you're playing Catholic, okay. And you were playing Warriors of Chaos tonight? Yeah, Kislev is probably still going to be running pretty strong here. Ah. Evil. Yeah, they're the best unit on Cathay's roster, though, in my opinion. I have a video coming out on the best units for all factions, and I have the Empress's Growman listed as my best. These guys are nuts. Like, we had a pretty funny test with them the other day. Like, let's see, for example, I don't know. Let's grab a Greater Demon of Slaanesh. Okay, so we're gonna grab you, and we'll just cut the abilities just to make it a little bit more of a. Okay, so we can keep some of the abilities here. Yeah, it would have that. It would have that. No normal situation. Yeah, it's fine. Arcane. Seductive Glory would probably be rocking as well. There we go. Okay. Here we go. It's time, dude. It is time. Let the Nurglings feast. Holy shit, man. Yeah, I don't know how Coast stops that, though. Some factions can stop Crowmen. Like, if you have heavy cavalry and stuff, like Shock Cab, you can knock them off your stuff, but with Coast, it's kind of weird. Is True Bretonian playing Bretonia tonight? Is that what's going down? Ooh, that's fun. That is fun. No, the bats will get killed too quickly. So check this out, guys. We have a Greater Slaanesh Demon, all right? An Exalted Keeper. It has most of its core abilities. It doesn't have magic, though, so that's not like a truly accurate test, but you guys are going to see some Crow DPS here. The Crows, you got to make sure to get us around. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So they got this around. They're pebbling away. Let's see what kind of work they can do against this thing. Its melee defense is holding pretty firm. But even still, those little crows, they didn't hear no bell. I know they can almost kill a Bloodthirster. There they go. Okay. That's not half bad, you know? Have they gotten their value back yet? Not quite. They're pretty close to it. They're about 850 here. How are they still confident? They're still steady? Why are they still steady? They're like bashed to hell. Okay. Getting the big guy down to about half health here. Yeah, all right. That's not bad. It's not bad. Solid performance there. All right, let's refresh it. I'm eager to get into the next game. I'm eager to just redeem the Vampire Coast. All right, so the round is finished. Let's go ahead and advance the Swiss to the next round. We've done it, and who is our next opponent today? Oh no, I got the bye round, no! Curses! I'll take it though, whatever, it's fine. All right, so where are we at? So I need to update my score. So that means we're gonna be casting a game. Yeah, we're gonna be casting a game. I got the dreaded bye round, guys. It does count as a win, so that's one way to do it. It is one way to do it, my friends. Okay, so let's set this all up here. Perfect, perfect. I think it's my first time. I've never gotten a bye round before. I'm going to see what interesting matchups we do have, though. Yeah, the hands get a rest. I feel pretty good today, though. I feel pretty good. Don't worry, Coast will be back for at least 2 more games after this. So you guys are good. Casted game, baby. Nice break in the pace. Let's go see what matchups we have. Okay, so the website's updated. I fixed the score. The Coast gets the dub. Hell yeah, dude. That means I can't lose all my games tonight. Technically. Technically, we're good. We're back on the board, baby. All right, let's go cast some games. All right, so hopefully there's some spec slots open. Mama Stanks Fan Club. That seems like a fun one. Let's go see who's in there. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Okay, that does not look like... I'm not sure if that's a tournament game. Okay. Here we are. The meat zone, I think, is Ogres. Let's wait for some of these lobbies to fill up here. We got Outer Region. Let's see what he's playing tonight. He's probably playing Kislev. Probably something nice and sweaty. Probably enough. All right, so we got Outer Region. Oh, he's playing Greenskins, so that's probably just going to be a boring Warzag game. Yeah, it's something. I don't know how fun it is to watch Warzag, you know. Let's see what other matches we got. So just checking out the brackets right now. Oh, Flying Taco's playing. That could be a fun one. What is he playing? Flying Taco. All right. Although he does lag a little bit, so maybe we don't want to mess with his lag situation. Let me let the players know the next round has started here. Let's see what this matchup is. We could do the Greenskin game. Next round is live. Good luck, have fun. Oh, I would actually like to watch Taco on Tzeentch. Hey, Taco, open up a lobby spot for you, dude. Let's get it. Let's see what you got. No, I'll skip the Bretonian mirror. I'm good, thanks. No, that's right. The meat zone is Flying Taco. Yeah. Okay. I should have known. I should have known indeed. Slanesh is more enjoyable to watch than Greenskin Wurzag is really, really boring. Okay, so we actually got... they're on the wrong map. So, Taco, if you are listening to the stream, you guys are on the Eastern Isle Colony, I think. Unless maybe I'm wrong. Tzeentch vs. Kislev is pretty cursed, though. I think Kislev wins it. I remember playing this a ton in the early access and just being... having an absolutely rough time of it. Yeah, absolutely rough time indeed. What unit makes the best cashiers? Lords of Change. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that one. I like that. Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. All right, so what's it going to be for the old Catholic here? All right, looks like they're on the Eastern Isle Colony now. Perfect. I can't help but think Kislev is going to be a problem. Granted, Screamers are pretty damn good against like the heavy cavalry and different units like that. So, this should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. I feel like it's been a while since we've had like a session of looking at miniatures. The Troll Trader. I'm actually working on Warriors of Chaos Army and tabletop right now, so let's get over here and look at this. Warhammer Fantasy, and let's see, Warriors of Chaos. All right. This is where I order all my Warriors of Chaos minis from. It's a pretty good deal compared to the GW prices, that's for sure. The Troll Trader. Oh, Skull Crushers are so sick. Oh, I'm making a Nurgle warband, though, so it wouldn't make a lot of sense. Dude, I love the vintage art. Look at this. Like, the old vintage Chaos art is so cool. It has that, like, 1980s, early 90s, like, power, like, you know, hair metal, power metal kind of aesthetic. Have you guys seen old school Archaon, dude? Look at this guy. Hell yeah, dude. On the horseback. I might just have to get him. Granted, my warband is an Nurgle. Oh, it's old school. This is Wulfric, by the way, guys. So this right here is old school Wulfric. Dude, look at him. Hell yeah. I might just have to get him for my Nurgle warband and just call him like my Exalted Hero or something. Yeah, because that model is sick. Yeah, it's good. I don't know what it's made out of. It's probably metal. Here's old Sigvald. The old Sigvald model is so janky, dude. Look at this. Oh! It could be worse, though. You know, it's just like a little underwhelming compared to like some of the big heroes you got. Yeah, you got the old Chaos Chariots. I don't know why it's showing me 40k stuff. Whoa, Magma Dragon. That must be a Forge World model. All right, more Chaos Chariots. We got Seekers, Putrid Blight Kings. I do not know why it's showing me those 40k models. They're probably just categorized wrong. I feel like the Chaos Sorcerer on the Manticore is a pretty good looking model as well. Yeah, Chaos Marauders are pretty haggard. I don't know if you guys have seen these. Holy shit, look at these guys. Oh, those are actually not bad paint jobs, though. This guy's got like a huge mutant arm going on over here. Yeah, the Chaos Marauders are really rad. Yeah, Archaon, Lord of the End Times, that's actually really nicely painted too. That's a pretty sweet scheme there. Got the Demon Prince. Sigvald rocking the purple hair. Have you read the Eisenhorn books? No, I haven't. No, I haven't read too many 40k books. I've read the Black Legion series. I read some Thousand Suns books. Couple other things like that. Oh, look at that fire giant right there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so this thing right here, by the way, guys, this is probably what's going to be getting added as a Khorne hero. This is a Scylla Affengrim, I think. I forget the name, but this is actually a Warhammer Fantasy character. It's like a hero. It's like a Khorne baboon, I guess. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's going to be getting added probably as a Khorne character in this game. I'm trying to think what other stuff they might... Chaos Thug. Oh, man. Yeah, the old Archaon models are sick, though. They're really good. Yeah, I like those a lot. Chaos Lord on horse, yeah. I have a pretty rad Chaos Lord model. I gotta show you guys my army. I gotta stop being lazy and do that. Yeah, it's like the Horus Heresy with the Thousand Suns, yeah. But my favorite 40k books were the Black Legion series by, I think it's Aaron Dembski-Bowden, I think is who wrote them. They're really good. It's cool. You know, reading from the perspective of Space Marines is like, right, the loyalist ones isn't as interesting, you know, in my opinion. I really like the story from the perspective of the old heretics. I'm just getting into Total War Warhammer. How do I get good? It's really just repetitions, man, you know? That's what separates, I mean, look, there is natural skill, but I've seen people, I have played with people in the early days and like, you know, I could tell, I have a pretty good sense of like, you know, natural skill in people with their micro. But you can have a player who has way worse micro, but has good game knowledge and good decision making, and they can still win tournaments. So it's really, a lot of it is just repetition. Where did you get the term haggard from? Okay, so growing up in the town I grew up in the 90s, I don't know who started it, but when I was in like 7th and 8th grade, so maybe like 10, 11, 12 years old, it was like common slang in my town. Like it was a local vernacular, like local slang. And it wasn't in the neighboring cities. It was literally just my small town of 5,000 people. So I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. It just kind of became part of my my vocabulary. Yeah, the Night Lords trilogy is good as well. I've heard good things about it. Okay, Taco's ready. We got Kislev versus Tzeentch, and we got a DLC matchup here, which is going to be mighty fun. All right, all right. And so tonight we'll play Coast. I think in the next single faction tournament, I'll probably play... I don't know. I kind of want to keep trying out underdog factions, see what we can get done with them. I know the Empires do, and Empire's kind of underdog, so we could play them again. That'd be fun. Although they do get wrecked by Cathay and Kislev, which is very meta now, so kind of like, oof, feels bad. Let's get it, man. You'll help spread it worldwide. That's right, dude. Spread the love. Holy shit, is that the Changeling? Oh my god. Oh, he's gonna have such a bad time against Tim. Tim is like very meta. Like there's not gonna be anything weak in his army. It's gonna be meta. It's gonna be well defined. He's gonna bring the sweatiest units and punish you for it. So looking at the army of Tim the Wilder, guys, it's all armored Kossars. They're very good, right? You're gonna be seeing a ton of them in the upcoming, months, right? Kislev is absolutely jacked, and I estimate they're gonna be climbing up over 60% on the win rate soon. We got Wolfhearts, which are one of the strongest units in the entire game. Huge armor piercing, 3 nets. Just insane value for what they do. And looks like some Zargard with great opens as well. Now, looking over here, it's not going to be Tzeentch. No, it can't be. Oh, no, Taco, what are you doing, dude? You're just going to give Tim the game. Oh, God, he's turning into Greasus. Oh, that's so bad. It's funny, but you're just going to get wrecked so bad. So the Tzeentch army is Marauders with Zangors, and then you're paying 3,500 gold for Greasus Goldtooth. Oh man, guys. He is going to get absolutely clobbered by Tim. Tim is just going to trash can him so hard. That's my guess. Taco is an amazing player, one of the best of all time, but Tim is also in that category, at least for Warhammer 3. And yeah, you're not going to have a good time here at all. Dude, you guys are laughing now, but when he dies in like 10 seconds or does nothing the entire game, you're going to see the true suffering. Yeah, let's pay 3,500 gold for Greasy. Oh, he does have Infernal Gateway. Okay, so he does have some magic on the Changeling. So does that mean he's going to be going back and forth? Dude, do you know how hard the Akshina ambushers are going to kill Greasus when he's in Greasus form? Oh my god, dude, it's going to be a slaughter. All right, well... Oh, this isn't Tim. This is Catholic Alcoholic. I don't know why it was Tim. Yeah, Catholic's a really good player, though. He's been winning tournaments. He's very meta, too. So, yeah, so we'll have to see how this goes. I mean, if he wins this... if Taco wins this, man, he's got to get some sort of... I will... Taco, if you're listening to this back, if you win this game, I know you live in the United States. I will send you an Applebee's gift card for $25 if you win this game. $25 at one of the finest dining establishments that America has to offer. Okay. You heard it here, guys. The Applebee's gauntlet has been thrown down. That's like my special prize for people who bring the really fun builds. Mother of Stanky is just rambling over there, dude. Just ranting. Yeah. In Greasus form, dude. Oh, man. Because Zargard Great Weapons are just going to bash you. It looks like Taco's going to be calling in some Chaos Chariots. Changeling moving up here. And, I mean, look, the Changeling does have Tzeentch magic, so it's going to be able to drop some Infernal Gateways before it does go Grease in time. Greasus would eat at Applebee's, too. He really would. So, absolutely. So the Changeling's going to be cruising up, and Mother Stank is going to be looking to cause some havoc in the backfield. She could honestly hunt down Changeling right now. I was about to say Greasus. I was like, yeah, you could hunt down Greasus and have some fun. It looks like Catholic's going to be pulling back under the pressure here of these Zangors. Tzeentch initially maybe pressuring a triple cap. Not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. Catholic going to be calling in, I would imagine, some sort of cavalry pieces or things in the woods to stop the Chaos Chariot. Things in the woods would be a really good choice. They not only kill Zangors and Marauders, but they'll also kill the Chariots. And we get more Zargard. Wow, Dazen's Hearthblades. So the Arwar Zargard with great weapons are going to be called out. Okay. In the front, Chaos Chariot's moving up. Taco's about to learn the hard way about how good Kislev hybrid shooting is if he moves in there. It looks like he doesn't. Infernal Gateway has not been cast yet. Back objective opening up soon. And now we do get some Marauder Horsemen of Tzeentch, which I'm not sure what they're going to be doing. Taco does have the creeping in the bushes. So he does have the Zangor flanking that can come out and cause some havoc here. So that's kind of nice. And now it looks like there's going to be a big battle towards Objective 3. Tzeentch is going to be getting ready to party. If Taco can somehow nail the Wolf Hearts with some big changeling magic, maybe. I mean, he's got to have another caster, because when he's in Grease's form, he's not going to be able to cast, which is going to be very, very brutal. So overall, we do see Kislev forming ranks on Objective 3. Really, Taco does honestly just not have the stopping power to get through that. So I think he's going to rotate back towards the middle and do a collapse. So we do see Zangors coming out of the bushes. Very, very flavorful Beastman ambush. And where are we going to be seeing the first magic? Ambushers moving over. See one ambusher here, and the other one over the top is going to be starting to nail these Zangors pretty damn badly. Kossar Fire doing great work. Another Zargard Great Weapon or basic variant being called out. And the Changeling now moves into combat here. So he's going to be getting in and attacking up close. And of course, he doesn't do a lot of damage. Mama Stank with a little bit of friendly fire. Zangors and Marauders running across on all fronts, looking at the value trading. Of course, Tzeentch is going to be down in value right out of the gates here. And now there's going to be some Mother Ostankia Flock of Doom action. It's flocking time as the Chariots do cross through. And oh man, that could be a huge play for Taco. And is he going to get it? Is it going to pull him in? Okay, he does catch one of the ambushers and part of the other one. So that's going to be doing some big HP damage. Sending in the Furies is definitely a mistake right now. He doesn't want to land those in combat. Rather, he's going to attack those Kosovo Dervishes. And he does manage to get some Zangors pushing back those units right here. So on the objective, oh, Grease's Goldtooth is out, baby. All right, and he's Tokyo drifting through these units. And I mean, you know, the problem with Greasus as the Changeling is you don't get his items. But, I mean, he's still an armor-piercing fighter. So we'll see if he can make a difference on the objective. Tzeentch controls Objective 1, and they forgot to get their home objective, which is a little bit unfortunate, pulling back from these 2 points. So disengaging from the Zargard over here. Greasus causing some good work, and the value trading of the backside is not terrible. Those Chaos Furies and Zangors pressing back the ambushers. So both ambusher units did get beat up pretty badly here. These ones down to 53 models, these ones down to 43. And old Greasus Goldtooth, you know, he's hanging in there. But yeah, Tzeentch is without magic right now, which is a huge problem. I think that Flying Taco needs to find a way to call in some more, magic units. So Greasus is greasing all over the faces of these units, chasing back Mother Ostankia. Chaos Knight's going to be flanking in to help finish off these armored Kossars, but the Stank Tank has moved in and will be able to do some damage with her Cauldron. Also, the Dazen's Hearthblades will be a bit of a problem. They do have good AP value, so Chaos Knights really don't want to be going fisticuffs with them. Chariot's penetrating into the backfield, and honestly, I'm very impressed with how well Taco is playing. This is going to get harder and harder the longer this game goes without Taco using any of his magic. And it looks like he's back to Changeling form. Uh-oh, because now Stank is going to get him. And the HP is percentage-based. You can see the Changeling gets nailed by Mother Ostankia, and he's going to need to cast some spells right now. But Tzeentch holding on to the point, just barely. Those, of course, elite units up here are going to start causing some havoc as these Zargard do start to arrive to the points. In the backfield, the Chariots do get caught in the pack trap. Really, really nice play here by the Ambushers. Going to be locking down those Chaos Chariots, keeping them from doing too much. And now the Changeling, what is he going to be doing magic-wise? He needs to cast something and go back into his Greasus form. Because, yeah, losing that percentage-based HP really, really sucks. And it's not like Greasus has any way of healing or anything like that, right? So Changeling maneuvering about. Chaos Knights rotating towards the backside objective, but Catholic's going to be calling out a really good answer. He does have the Warbear Riders, and those things will wreck Chaos Knights. Chaos Knights get absolutely flattened by those bad boys, so you don't want any of that. That is for sure. Zangor's being finished off by the Dazen's Hearthblades on objective number 1. Tzeentch trying desperately to hold on to it, with more Zangors rotating across. And where's the Changeling? He's in the bushes, looking to cast some big magic, I would imagine. Chaos Knight's going to be hammering into these armored Kossars on the far side. And it looks like Tzeentch is going to be losing this point right now. Yes, they have some Zangors on it, but the great weapons have arrived. 2 armored Kossars are there to support. And where is the Changeling going to be using his magic? I mean, he's got to do something. Screamer's being called out. Really good answer. Screamers, of course, can kill the Warbear Riders. So if the Chaos Knights end up fighting Warbears, if they have Screamer support, they can win that fight. They would be pretty happy with that 2v1 engagement right there. Mother Stank rolling dirty. Chaos Knights thinking about taking the fight, but it looks like they're going to be opting to get away. And they don't lose any models, which means Taco is going to be able to get his shields up. Ooh, nice one there. Beautiful cast there from the Changeling. He's able to nail down the Dazen's Hearthblades and do some respectable damage. So I would imagine it's Greasin time again. I mean, he's got to go Grease's farm and get some value on the points. Screamer's going to be shot by the Kislev hybrid shooting, but getting those Dazen's Hearthblades smashed by that magic was certainly a step in the right direction. But yeah, Greasus needs to come and make a difference. And it's not something I ever thought I would say, but you know, Greasus needs to do some work. He needs to get up on that point and fight. Looks like Taco's going to be waiting for a little bit more magic here. His Screamer's still lurking in the shadows. A couple Zangors have come back in the distance. And, you know, it's a close-ish game, but I do think that Catholic is playing an extremely meta, sweaty build. And, you know, Taco is playing, you know, just an absurd build, which, of course, he can keep up to an extent because he's a really good player. But at the end of the day, I think it will cost him. So Greasus is back in business, and now he's rolling on his scooter with some Marauders. looking to have a blob fight here. Screamers going after the Warbear Riders. Very, very good engagement for them. The Warbears will not have a happy time with that, but if they do have infantry support on the ground, it won't be too bad. And now Greenskins is rolling back towards the middle while the Chaos Knights just look for fights. They have 13 kills so far, only 200 value. Really haven't been able to do a whole lot. Kislov's fighting is just nasty here. Mama Stank on her chariot, blasting from the cauldron nonstop. The Zargard with the great weapons, of course, are just nasty. And it's looking pretty bleak for the old Tzeentchian warriors here. On the far side, we see a little bit of split pushing. Some tattered marauders, the chariot coming back in, and a little bit of pushing on objective number 3. Greenskins is scrapping hard. You know, he's fighting against the Warbear Riders, which is what he wants to be doing. Here we do get winged lancers moving around the side. They find an opening on those marauders and are able to bunker bust them. Pink's on their way in. Pinks will be shooting into the advancing horsemen. Chaos Warriors with halberds moving on to the point. Armor piercing will help. Also, the halberds could help against any sort of Kislev cavalry that make their way in. But the problem is that the Zargard are just going to butcher your halberds really bad. So Greenskins using everybody has their price. So we do see that going down here, which is going to be tanking their stats down pretty badly. Chaos Knights pretty much doing nothing in that fight. They got one more kill and basically 100 value in the process. Chaos Knights would be better suited to come over here and flank, do a rear charge on these guys, and maybe Kislev is going to find a way to, or Tzeentch can find a way to flip that back objective. In the meantime, Kislev is just cackling. We do see not Grom the Paunch, but they're the two chubby dudes here. We see the Changeling going down a bit. So the Changeling is getting nuked. Greenskins obviously isn't the most resilient character in the world. He only has 55 armor, I think, on Greenskins. So, you know, he's trying to fight those Warbear Riders, but he's a little bit surrounded. And, you know, Taco, if Taco was playing against a lesser player, he might have been able to find a way to win. But Catholic is, you know, currently top 3 on the leaderboard right now. This is not going to be someone who you can meme this hard against. Like, I think if Changeling had turned into, like, Scarbrand or somebody a little bit more impactful than Greenskins, like, you might have a chance. But, you know, with that being said, you know, Greenskins is already just a piece of shit character, and you're paying a huge premium for him. So that's very rough. So Marauders pressing the back objective, losing to the Armored Kossars. No surprises there. Chaos Knights duking it out with the Warbear Riders. It's a heavy fight, but at the end of the day, the Chaos Knights are going to lose that. They do have the Horde Master. Uh-oh. It's Greenskins time, baby. He's moving across. He's coming for blood, dude. He's going to get there eventually. And he does club some of those guys down. So yeah, he kills a couple Warbears. Might be able to help the Chaos Knights turn this fight. We'll have to see. Only 17 Chaos Knights. Looks like Tzeentch going to be calling in some armored chariots to help out with the infantry. And the backfield Screamers are able to kill those winged lancers down to pretty much no models. Chariots will do good against infantry. Kislev overall, though, looking to be in a pretty comfortable position. The Changeling does go back to his wizard form. But now he's probably going to get run over by Mama Stank. Pack Trap is active on him. Mother Ostankia is going for the kill. She does miss her attack, but at least the Changeling is going to be able to get probably one more Vortex before he gets killed here. Nice focus fire, 960. -3 leadership, the Changeling. Is he a demon, actually? Is he a demon? Yeah, he is a demon. Okay, so he's going to be crumbling down, which is very, very bad. That's a hell of a lot of damage. Couple Screamers coming in. That's a really, really nice Infernal Gateway there. That's a thing of beauty. That's going to be hitting the Dazen's Hearthblades and the Zargard there. So those bad boys going to get pounded into another dimension, and now the Changeling's going to retreat back. -8, he's down. So the Changeling might have gotten some okay value with all his big casts on the elite infantry, but at the end of the day, his transformation was too much. So we do see halberds engaging. Looking at the score right now, Tzeentch is pretty massively behind. Currently, the score looks to be 749 to 533 in favor of the Kislevites. And Kislev has just got so many good quality infantry. But honestly, the fact that this game even had any back and forth in it means that, you know, Kislev definitely can be defeated by Tzeentch, but you're going to have to play a little bit of a more optimal build than that. That is for damn sure. All these Hearthblades not messing around. So Chariots moving in, screaming through onto the Zargard here. Zangor's moving up, and we do see more Marauders hustling, as well as Pinks. Going to be shooting in a little bit, and that's not bad. Those Pink Horrors will do some okay damage. I think their AP values aren't amazing, but it's still something. You know, it can help wear down some of these bad boys. Tzeentch army ability, just out of pure desperation, nuking into the Zargard here. And we do see a nice Flock of Doom going down from Mother Stank. Stank's probably sitting at about 3k value. Yeah, she's been farming Zangors this entire game, getting a cost-effective Flock of Dooms on all the blobs and all that, and it's just looking like it's straight up going to be over. Taco might scrap a little bit longer, but I would not be surprised if he taps out here, because this is just an absolute slaughter at this point. I mean, that's what happens when you bring the Changeling as Greenskins. Kugath, yeah, sure, maybe, because Kugath can at least provide you a Mortis engine and some healing and is cost appropriate. Same with Be'lakor. You know, Be'lakor costs around 3,300 and potentially could be okay here. But yeah, if you're going with Greenskins time, it is not good. Not good at all. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Hope you guys are all doing well. This is round 2 in tonight's Swiss tournament. I got the bye round. Lost my first round with Vampire Coast pretty horribly to the Crowmen of Cathay. And yeah, now we're back in business, baby. So let's check it out. All right. He didn't get Applebee's. Yeah, there was an Applebee's gift card on the line for this game. I said if Taco won that, he would get it. But, you know, it wasn't meant to be, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't meant to be. All right, so let's refresh this. Take a look. He did foreshadow it, but he won his first game. I wonder if he won it with that. True Bretonian wins. Kane wins. Still a handful of games to be played there. Probably have a little bit of time left. Let's see. Turn game. If anybody wants to come in and play a quick land battle real quick, we could probably do that. Just a fast and furious land battle. Flats of Kislev. Anybody's welcome to join in between games. I think some of those matches finish pretty quickly, so we have a little bit of time left to get a game in. Otherwise, we'll just be sitting here for like, you know, a long time. How'd you win your first game, Taco? Did you just do Greases because you were on stream and you wanted to show the glory? You wanted to go the distance and try and earn that legendary win against a top-tier player with Greases? That's pretty fun. All right, so who do we want to play here? We got choices, man. We got choices indeed. We can play some Chowie. I've been playing some Chowie, having some fun with them. They're pretty cool faction. Turn into the 1v1 me, bro. Yeah, if nobody joins, it's fine. We'll just wait. But yeah, we still probably have another 10 minutes before the round ends, so figured we could get a match in. Try and stay warm. Okay. Yeah, there's still a lot of games going. A lot of games going for sure. I don't know if I put a password in the lobby or anything like that. You did a Vortex Beast Rush versus Wood Elves, and it actually worked. They weren't able to shoot it down. That's pretty cool. You just have a lot of warriors with a Mutalith Beast as well. It sounds like a good push. Good push here. I think I might have accidentally put a password on this game. All right, there we go. Looks fine. All right, all right. The scores are being reported slowly but surely. Let's go to the website and see. So Reginald was defeated by True Bretonian. Kane defeated Age. Shaper defeated Jeff. And that game just finished as well, but a handful of matches still to go. True Bretonian undefeated so far. That looks good. Subutai still in his game. I need Subutai to win like all of his matches if I want any chance of making it. That's for sure. So if you wanted to join this lobby, you would need to have the Total Tavern map pack as well. Yeah, I felt like the Mutalith Beast would just get focus fired down really, really hard in the in that situation. Yeah, it seems like it'd be pretty crazy. All right, Chorfs. I think Chorfs are kind of a train faction now. I think that's like really how you win with them is using the trains. Those things are super disruptive. They just cause so much havoc. Yeah, True Bretonian's really good. What is he playing tonight? Is he playing Bretonia? What do the win rates look like? We've had some time. It's just one mod for the map pack. It should be. You might need to like reset everything. Currently win rates. Skaven will go down. I think it's just a couple people are playing them who are really good. Greenskins, I'm not surprised. Beastmen, I'm not surprised at all. Now that Beastmen have Elemental Incarnate plus Zangor, so like they're very strong. Lizardmen, look at that. 17 and 12, not bad. Kislev will overtake most of these factions, I think. Kislev will probably be top tier with Ogres, would be my prediction. Bretonia is sitting at 50%. That's good to see. It's nice to see that the Bretonian nerfs have done well for them. Tzeentch rocking it. Tomb King's coming back up. We're tanking Vampire Coast down into the pits. We're sinking to the bottom of the 7 seas, guys. All right, so yeah, play whatever you want. You get to play Bretonia? All right, so let's do this. Looks like a challenger has arrived. Okay, looks cool. Hell yeah, let's go. Hell yeah, dude. This is the spice of life right here. Okay, and then we probably want to go with this. That looks fine. Cut these abilities. Hell yeah, dude. This build is awesome. This would be a Professor Pone approved build, 100%. All right, so we get that. We get that. And, okay. All right, what do we want to get aside from that? I think we can find a way to mix you in. Perfect, perfect. It's Chorfin time, dude. Mighty Morphin Chorfin time. We got 400 G's left. What do we want to spend it on? Could go a little bit cheaper. Zaytan was always a fun idea, but he's just so janky compared to some of the other lore choices you have. Yeah, he's real janky. Okay, we got 200 gold to spend still. Hopefully this game won't take too long. I'll do my best to either lose quickly or win quickly. How's Britannia going to be doing? I love their cab units. I love their foot squires and stuff, yeah. Need to deal with those bad boys. 950, let's get you. All right, good luck, have fun. Oh, he's playing Greenskins. Okay, whatever. I'm not even going to change my build. I thought he was playing Britannia. I just did a whole build against the Bretonians, and now we have Greenskins. I didn't look. Oh god, it doesn't matter. It's just a fun build, anyways. It is the dreaded double something, which you'll find out in just a moment. Yeah, ogres need a cost increase on all their bulls of 50 gold, and then make iron guts cost 100 more. And I think we would come to a place where they're reasonable, because then their builds would be much like you know. You would notice that cost increase. It would take more time to call it reinforcements. Look, here's the thing about Vampire Coast Saint. If somebody just puts in the effort to learn them, you could, like, that goes for almost any faction in this game. Like, if somebody really just puts in the effort to learn them, especially someone who, like, plays very sweaty, you're going to be able to pick up the win rate of a faction. Like, Hadries and I did that with Warriors of Chaos last season. They were at, like, 23%. We brought them up to, like, 50 just by playing them in some tournaments. And I think I actually won a tournament with them last season. Yeah, they're, like, very good. All right. Like, you can do that even with underdog factions, all right? This build is extremely forbidden, though. Extremely. So we have double big Chungus mortars. I brought a Bunicaster to deal with the damn Bretonnian Knights. I thought he was playing Bretonnia. But yeah, apparently we were wrong. Iron Guts are extremely strong. Yes, extremely strong. We got you back here in 5, and we got our Doom Train here as well. All right, let's fire it up, man. Let's do it to it. Let's actually set up over here. It's going to be a bit of a better spot, I think. 4, and then 5, and 6. And it looks like he's ready. Okay. So we got double dreaded Dreadquake. Fortunately, our caster isn't going to be super efficient here, but, you know, you can't win it all. Holy shit, did he bring Black Orcs and Crimson Killas? Oh, dear God. Oh, I love the build, but this is going to be a rough one for him, I think. Oh, I love these things, dude. They're so fun. Yes, Anakin. Yes, let's get you guys moving out. All right. So Buna costs like 22 wins, which is just insane. Let's get a little breath attack on these guys if we can. Dude, he brought a meme build too, and I think my meme will counter his meme pretty hard. Especially since we have this accursed flamethrower train. See what kind of... Oh! Oh no, and he even has the big boulder man. Okay, let's move the train in here. You can just keep shooting with your big thing, and then Bull Centaur renders. We'll watch them on the side. Alright, so value's looking good for us so far. We're going to get the flamethrower train and move in. Grimgore's not going to be able to catch us. It looks like some dudes are on their way in to try and stop us. Let's get you back. Oh, these goblins are just getting roasted. Oh, man, dude. Oh, man, that flamethrower train is nasty. Oh, dude. Alright. What the hell is this? Oh, no, my train. Why is it charging? Is it in melee? Well, at least they shoot while they move, right? Okay, that's good. Sending a message. Let's pop more power. Classic, dude. Classic. Hey, look. See, it's shooting close range. That was all intentional. All intentional, all of that. Okay, so the train's going to peace out. And I don't know if it shoots like 360. So I just blundered pretty damn hard, but it's okay. All right, let's get you Bull Centaurs up. See if they can save my train from dying. We'll use a Buna on these pigs and just kind of wear them down. Should have used it on the Broken Tusk Mob. No, they're both just regular ones. Okay. All right, so get the train back. We get the Buna of Doom. Let's get a little breath attack action on those bad boys as they chase. And the Bull Centaur renders stand at the ready to hunt them down. All right, so one is down for the count. Shoot here at these guys. Let's do this and get the Bull Centaurs over there. One of those bad boys is down. Let's get the Bale Taurus character to come in and do some damage here. Yes, yes. So we're going to nerf that thing's stats a little bit, come in for the gooning, and we got blasting charges at the ready, General. All right, so we're going to keep that going. Let's get in there and fight. Let's go after the giant river troll hag. Granted, we do got to worry about your boy Grimgore. Let's get that train going after these orcs on the other side. And this guy needs to get back. Okay, cool. So pretty happy with this little fight here. It feels like it's going well for us. The train is going to move across and start getting some flamethrowers. Let's also get the blasting charges on those. Holy shit, Grimgor's beating the hell out of my lord. Oh god, he is the biggest actually, I forgot. Somebody should have reminded me in chat before we started. If I lose my lord here, that'd be really funny. I wouldn't even be upset. We might actually lose if that happens, because I might not then have enough anti-large to really do a lot. Okay, I think I'm going to get away, so we should be fine. Alright, so let's get this and this blasting away here. We're getting back. It looks like we broke that position pretty heavily. And the elite units probably just won't even make it to the battle lines here. Oh god, dude, look at the nuking on those Black Orcs. The double close range Dreadquake. Alright, you guys go beat down the Rogue Idol. You guys keep hustling here. Chase down the Hag. And it's looking pretty bleak for the old Greenskins here, guys. We got the old anti-large halberds. Let's go get the breath attack on his back here. You guys go after Grimgor. Dude, these Black Orcs are getting just Oppenheimered here, dude. I love that so much. That's so much fun, dude. Alright, where's Grimgor going? He should go and try and shut down those Dreadquakes. Although at this point, the Dreadquakes aren't the main threat, you know. We're just going to tarp at him, hopefully, and then we can bring this train back. More power! More power! Yes, good, Anakin, good. Kill it. Kill them all. Alright, let's shoot here and... Oh my god, no, it's going to friendly fire! Oh! Oh no. The Dreadquake couldn't help itself, dude. It just had such a hard-on for killing my own units. It just had to do it. Alright, we got a couple chaff pieces here. Okay, hopefully it will stop friendly firing, and we can get back online here. Those Black Orcs get obliterated. The Train of Doom chasing those guys down. Let's pull back. Should be army losses here in a second. We do, of course, have those Bull Centaur Renders helping out. I believe his Hag is gone, and yeah, those trains just absolutely obliterating those Black Orcs. Holy shit. Alright, let's just go for this punishment in the blob fight here now. So Grimgor, we need to surround him with just crap units. Hell yeah, flamethrower time, dude. It's flamethrower in time. So we're gonna fire into the blob. Nah, that's probably a stupid idea. Oh well, too late. It already fired. Alright, guys. Surround Grimgor. Oh! Rogue Idol's down for the count. Those guys are down as well. He almost actually killed my lord, which is pretty wild. I guess we gotta kill Grimgor still. That could take some time. Although I think with the Iron Demon, it probably wouldn't be too hard. Alright, Dreadquake, run away. Still haven't triggered army losses, so let's clear the last of the army out here. Flamethrower should get it done. We do have Buna, which again is cool, but it's you know, not going to be amazing here. Dreadquakes fleeing the scene. Another nice explosion right there. So let's get the Dreadquakes and run them so they don't like kill my own shit. And now we need to bring the train in to finish off Grimgor. The Bull Centaur Renders will do work against him too. And then we can cycle charge with our lord as well. Okay, he's got Gitsnik active, so now is the time. The labor union bust. Yeah. Yeah. Grimgor tried his heart out for sure. No, Dreadquake, stop shooting. Oh god, they're gonna kill my Chowie down there. Alright, let's see more power. We're gonna cast the dreaded Fate of Buna on Grimgor just because I literally have no other targets, and it'll get the job done probably. It does terrible damage against single targets, by the way, just absolutely awful, but I need every little bit of damage I can get. Alright, we're gonna charge in on both sides. Yes, sandwich him. Then we pull back. I don't know if does Grimgor have ITP? I don't think he does, actually, which is weird. So clearly he wants to get my lord, which I don't blame him. The Dreadquakes can just keep shooting at these Black Orcs here. Let's get you guys coming. I mean, there's no chance Grimgor wins this against all these units. I'm going to minimize real quick and check the tournament to see how we're looking. All right, tournaments, because I can advance it to the next round and make sure we get that going. Okay, bracket, and looks like everybody's finished. All right, so we're good, we're good, we're good. No pings. Tim is tagging me. Outstanding. All right, advance the Swiss. Next round has begun, and right as our game finishes, perfect timing. Hell yeah, dude, let's go lose some games. How am I playing out of region after oh, I got a bye round. I was like, I lost my first game. He must be playing some Mimi shit. All right. This is going to be a disaster here. Outer Region is probably playing a good faction. He usually tries to win tournaments. All right. We're up. Let's see what he's got, man. The old coast. It's coasting time. Time to coast through all these L's. I believe this map is the Shambling Bog, which is a really fun one. It's a cool map that we got. And we are going to throw down with Vampire Coast. That's who we're playing tonight, yes. Rip me, usually I lurk. Hey, you know, that was not a bad attempt, dude. That was not a bad attempt for your first multiplayer game. It's just, you brought a super elite build. How is he ready already, honestly? How is this man good to go, like, right away? Just pure villainy, man. Pure villainy. All right, so let's get that. And let's start on our build. I think we go Hard Knock Life. He's playing Greenskins and he lost. I wonder who he lost to. It must have been some really high-level player. I actually don't know how to play this matchup. We're going to have to find out the hard way. All right, so yes. Yes. I like it. He's going to go Wurzag, obviously. And go super wide for the boys. Slostra is pretty good in this matchup. The problem is she kind of gets focus fired and dies quicker than you would expect. You can bring her on her giant crab as like a fighting centerpiece. But it's still kind of sketchy, if you ask me. Okay. Do we want to throw in any of these? Yes, probably. There's going to be a bunch of just greenskins swarming all over the place. This is where the dreaded bloats come in and just terrorize the world. All right, so that formation looks pretty respectable, if you ask me. We got you guys to help out a little bit. Can slap a couple of these into the starting army. I don't hate that idea. It can kind of sit deep set and provide a little bit of protection. Scabscraith is on the table. How about the Morgul heroes? The thing is, the Greenskin army is usually under the State of Wa, so they're going to be kind of scary. He lost the Ghoul Baby. Yeah, Depth Guard seemed like fun here, but the problem is Depth Guard get absolutely annihilated by Squigs. So that is the precarious thing about this one, I think. Syrene's magic damage, I think having like one is like a quick infantry piece to get up on an objective is not a terrible idea. So we'll give that a good old college try. And do I want to get a little bit crunk is the question. I want to get a little bit crazy. Okay, so that could be fun. Maybe. And then we throw you in there, get this. And then I think he would have all that he needs. Yeah, Slostra does work with a hero. Yeah, you'd have to bring another hero to heal her up, though, is the problem. That would be the only downside to that, my friends. A couple of those. I think our reinforcements are pretty respectable. I don't know about animated Hulks in this matchup. I mean, I guess, like, yeah, there's so many lightly armored infantry that I just feel like they're not, like, that impactful. Let's cut you. And then I really do want to find a way to like squeeze a depth guard in here. Like, I guess you could get Bloody Reaver depth guard like as like a defensive piece. Maybe they could grind in a fight with their healing and their ward save stuff, but I don't know. They're really expensive. They're like really, really expensive to call out. Aside from that, we have that. We have you guys. Depth guard are really badass, but man, oh man, do Squigs give them the dirty. All right, let's throw you guys in. I think that's a fair compromise. We could do the dreaded bloat too, just the fourth quarter bloaty boy. This is going to be a hard win though. Outer Region's the top player, and Greenskins are a very top tier faction. So we're having a rough run of opponents tonight, that's for sure. Is that worth it? Is that worth it? Yeah, Squigs definitely annihilate the regular depth guard. That is true, my friend. That is very true indeed. So we got you, looking at reinforcements here. God, I have like such an awkward amount of money left, which is probably one of these. I don't think they're going to even be that good here. All right. Yeah, let's get those. I don't think that's even helps us at all. Yeah, deckhand situation looks pretty good. I suppose a couple of these aren't terrible, but man, oh man, they could run into some problems. Oh, yeah, I wonder about Sirens here. Can't help but wonder if they're not terrible. No, we do not want you. Here. Okay, guys, I'm almost done with the build, I promise. And then we'll be getting this game going in just a moment. Okay. Any chevrons I want to throw out? So those guys are really good. We can cut this. Let's get another one of you. Okay, abilities look fine. We can cut that, actually. No, we can keep it. Almost ready, my friends. Almost ready. One of Coast's problems is their speed. They're very slow. So when they like move up to the front line, like reinforcing on a map like this, the distance can be a bit of a, you know, an issue to deal with. Okay, so you guys don't know how bad I want to bring just a fat, thick bloat. I just want it. I want it so badly. It's just it doesn't seem like it would be very good. Outer Region's too good of a player to catch with a bloat, if you know what I'm saying. He would smell the blood in the water with that one in a heartbeat. Okay. Oh god, it's like the worst amount of money to have left, dude. It's just the absolute worst. Why can I not get him? Oh, okay. So we're at some sort of a cap now. Got it. All right. Let's fire it up, man. Good luck, have fun. Shouldn't it be Chateau? Is it Chateau? Oh. Let me check. Are we on the Chateau to Rockfort? Okay, I thought it was... I might have had the wrong map. Okay. That would change my build a little bit, I guess. Oh, no, we're on Road to Talabheim for this one. Oh, shit, okay. That changes it. Yeah, it's Road to Talabheim. All right, that might change the build a little bit. Because this is round 3, right? Yeah, okay. So we are on Road to Talabheim. Sorry, map should be correct now. Okay, so I might need to change my build a little bit based on the map that we're on. So Road to Talabheim, okay. Is there anything else I need to bring? Not quite. What kind of a caster? So it's going to be Wurzag on a pig, obviously. Not too much creativity there, usually from these folks. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't change it too much. It doesn't change it too much. Yeah, Road to Talabheim appears to be the map. Good, Anakin, good. It's Blood Gulch. Oh, dude, take me back to those days, dude. Playing Blood Gulch with the homies. Just the 2005 LAN parties. That was so fun, dude. I remember playing those LAN parties and just Blood Gulching it. Ordering a pizza on a Friday night, going to Blockbuster, renting a movie for afterwards. Dude, that was the shit. Four cannons could maybe kill Wurzag, but what a good player will do is they'll just hide Wurzag in the trees if they see that, and then they'll just cast spells from the bushes, and your cannons will either miss or they won't have line of sight. So it's not going to be great. Not going to be great. So yeah, we'll see how this works out. It could be fun. If I can do something here, I'll be pretty happy. All right, so we just have like a super wide army. I was like hoping that the width and numbers would be overwhelming. So we actually have ironically, a bigger army than him, which is really, really hilarious. Okay. Cool. And then we can get you guys kind of saturated like so and like so. So these are going to be some bomber mobs, which are okay. They're pretty good, but like most good players know how to avoid them is the only issue with those things. Okay. So let's do these a little deep set, because there's obviously going to be a huge squig charge, which is going to be an issue. All right, let's get you guys out here. Dude, I have so many units to set up. It's just nuts. All right, so let's degroup everything real quick. Okay. So the bats need to go. We just brought pistol bats. They're actually not bad for like poking characters and squigs and things like that. So I'm kind of like, maybe there's a little something to that, right? Maybe there's a little something. So pistol mobs are in the back row. Dude, this is like playing some Tetris here, trying to figure out how to set up this damn formation. Okay, so let's set you up like so. So we're just gonna play like the we're gonna play the side objectives here in the middle is kind of our game plan. We have so many zombies. Because, you know, Greenskins are going to massacre them pretty quickly. Deckhand mobs are not the most resilient folk, so... yeah, we need to do it. We got Count Noctilus. We have one more pistol mob who can move up on the outside here. And then we have another halberd mob who could be on the edge of the formation like so. And that is a big army. That is super wide. Hell yeah, dude. So wide, that's wide coast right there. We got some cool units in reserve too, man. We got some fun stuff. Outer region's really good though. This is going to be a hard fight. Unless my build really just counters his. I would say Greenskins are pretty favored in this matchup. All right, let's move it up. Move it up. Let's go see who you just got. So it's just a Wurzag stack. Yeah, this is pretty standard. Got boys with archers against coast. That's pretty meta. And yeah, you just do it, dude. You do it. Let's go see if we can poke Wurzag a little bit and move up. And as far as call-ins go, we got bomber bats. We got all kinds of cool shit. I'm going to call this thing in, though. I think that's going to be my go-to here. Oh, this map is amazing, dude. I love this map. It's really good. Let's shamble, like, one haggard zombie over there. From, like, group 7 or something. And, you know, maybe we'll get a freebie on that side objective if he doesn't play it. So we're going to move up with the bats. We're going to move up with Count Noctilus, start causing some disruption. And we're going to call in some big firepower here in a minute. Once he gets a little bit closer, we'll maybe call in something. Oh, these orc boys. Let's see if we can get some shots on Wurzag if he's going to let me have some freebies. Outer region has insanely good micro, though, so I would wager ain't nothing in this world going to be free. All right, let's get Wurzag. Do we get the shots? Okay, let's juke back now. We don't want any piece of that. Haha, we managed to nail him once. Oh, wrong button there. Sorry. Okay. All right, so we're moving up onto the points, and now we move you out of the bushes. Let's do this. Do this, and move you up here. And it looks like there are some Savage Orcs on the outside, so that's potentially free real estate for us. We just go nail them and call it a day. Let's get the Hard Knock Life moving up, and you guys can just kind of cruise like this, and Queen Bessie can start dropping some hot steaming payloads on the faces of these orc arrow boys here. Alrighty, looks good. So Savage Orcs should be free value. Pretty happy about that, and maybe our little zombie will get to that point one of these years. When he's all grown up, we will see him arrive. We just got to watch for back pressure now, because we just have Queen Bess shoot at these various archer units and see if he's paying attention. So, Wurzag, we're going to drop a Wraithstorm on his head. Looks like some skirmishers have come over there, so pull back. Hey, nice, we hit. Queen Bess doesn't always hit, but when she does, you know, it's pretty gold. So let's do that on those guys. Looking good. The objectives are now opening up, so let's call in some... okay, I see mobility coming around. Yeah, it's Squigs. So he's going to be trying to get on my back objective here. All right, so get on those archers. We're moving up. And we got all that, which is great. And we can go after the Morgreves Magi Marauders. Outstanding. And drop a little Pit of Shades action right there to nail those 2 units, which is going to be awesome. And I think we're going to get him. Yeah, I think he's going to lose 2 units there, which is really good. How's Queen Bessie doing? Queen Bessie's dropping some hot payloads here. Very happy about that. All right, let's move up like so. We got that nice Pit of Shades right there. And our zombies here should do a pretty good job. So the Squig herds, I don't know how deep set they're going to go, but I can summon defense like really, really quickly. What are you looking for, Daron?
What can I look for in your pockets?
Okay. So doing this, doing this. I don't know what's going on with the formations here, but yeah, Squigs are in the trees. Queen Bess is still pounding away. Will you shut the door, please? Thank you. All right. I'm about to go to the backside. And great. So a couple of his units have been wrecked already, which is good. Let's do a little bit of a push up here. Get the old undead blob of doom going. And now we can call in some Sirens to push up on the flank, I think. Help us maintain the cap there. And as far as this point goes, it looks like we're going to wrestle that side one. I don't know where the Squigs went. I need to watch out and make sure they're not closing in on Queen Bess as I'm not, noticing here. Let's go after the archers. Noctilus doing good. Zombies can move up into here, move up into here. Pistols and bomber mobs can go after them. And you guys, bomber mobs, please go here and here. And good. All right. So where are those Squigs at? I know they're in the bushes. So what we're going to do, just in case I forget, so we're just going to park some Mourngulls on top of these things. So even if they do get attacked, I can potentially defend against them, right? All right, so we're cruising up. We got a lot of halberds, a lot of pistol mobs going. We probably need to have Queen Bessie start shooting over at this side a little bit. And yeah, now we see the Haggard push. So he's going to think I don't notice it, but the boy is watching indeed. All right, so we'll drop a pit right there. And these Mourngulls need to form ranks and make sure to protect this. And then we'll call out some hounds as well. All right, so we got a nice Pit of Shades right on those archer units. And over on this side, how are we looking? Yeah, I need to defend the Queen Bess and just make sure I have the value lead this game. All right, so hounds, looking good. Let's get them into the Squigs. Let's get them into the Squigs together. And that should be adequate. All right, let's jump on those goblin archers. Move you guys up. Sirens, get the terror out. Let's get you guys around the top. Or maybe down and under. We'll have to find out. Okay, you guys move here. You guys move up. And how are we looking on the Morgul's? Okay, we intercepted both squigs. So that's going to be free value for us. They won't do too much. Let's switch on to a healthy archer unit, which isn't being attacked at the moment. Move up. And on the far side, unfortunately, I did blunder that a little bit, and he's going to wrestle that objective. But I think we're taking over a little bit. How's this looking here? Okay, so that squig operation is great. We have another hound unit, so let's call them in and just rear charge those squigs and see if we can rampage them before they get into the point. And we really can't afford to lose Queen Bess here, guys. If we lose Queen Bess, that's horrible. I mean, I know it doesn't have much ammo left, but yeah, we need to do it. All right, so let's go here. Let's get you guys moving into this. You guys shoot here. You guys form ranks there. We keep pushing back this formation. We do have this nice little dial here. Let's go after these goblins, and the sirens can lurk around the top. All right. So we got the double cap, and I believe the squigs have been more or less stopped, which is great. So now we can call the Morgul's up to the main battle line, and we can have the hounds just chase these squigs to make sure they don't rally back and give us trouble. All right, Queen Bess, let's get you on these archers. They look pretty healthy. They look pretty happy, so let's shut that down ASAP. You guys cruising over this way. Sirens over the top. How are we looking? Pretty good, and that objective looks secure. As far as this side goes, let's get some of our deckhand mobs, the finest that the old world has to offer. Move them up here and start shooting at some of these savage orcs. Outstanding. So we got the double cap. Currently, the hounds are chasing down the squigs. Let's leave these halberds back here to defend. And now those houndos can just move, because I think these squigs are shattered. They are. Okay, great. So this is actually going very well. I do have the gunnery white, I believe, for extra ammo. I'm not sure. We're probably just going to unsummon Queen Bess anyways, though. So not a huge deal. All right, so cruising over this way. Got a lot of zombies, and that Queen Bess has been devastating his lines, like super, super hard. I have another summon in the back pocket, too. All right, up you go, and let's get a depth guard unit would be pretty rad for that point, but I think we're just going to send sheer weight of numbers over there. Yeah, just sheer weight of numbers, and you guys come up here and cruise. All right, those doggos have done their job. Let's get them going. Queen Bessie's still dropping hot steaming payloads on his army, which looks to be on its way back in. Noctilus, let's drop another summon here. Try and shut those guys down. Look for some Pit of Shades. Pull back these sirens, and we can use an invo to keep them online, because the magic damage is pretty annoying for him to deal with. Okay, where do we go? Let's rear charge here. Take down those Morgul's Magi Marauders. Go after these Orc Boar Boys. Halberds come in. Go after them too. And the summons have shut them down effectively. Unfortunately, Noctilus a little bit trapped up here. Not exactly what I was looking for. Let's get on the squig hoppers. And yeah, we need to keep waves and waves of zombies moving up to the points. Like just nonstop. Otherwise, we could just straight up lose them, right? All right, we're going here. Let's get these halberds back. How are we looking here on this point? Looks good. I think we're going to be able to wrestle that one. All right, and good. Hard Knock Life, cruising across. We do have Pit of Shades. I'm going to save that for a concentrated archer position. And Queen Bessie's out of ammo. So now we unsummon Queen Bess, and we get a pretty good refund, which is a absolute steal. Shoot at these Night Goblin archers. You guys go after them. Noctilus has arrived to the middle. And now, if we get a triple cap, we're going to be pulling ahead nice and juicy like. All right, so bomber mobs. Let's go after the squigs. You guys go up here. And we'll call in a depth guard ROR here in a minute. Although, honestly, a Vanguard Morgul would probably be a better choice, because it's just going to get there quicker, and it can kill squigs, no problem. All right, so let's go ahead and drop a heal here, or we could do a Pit of Shades right on top of those old squealers right there. That looks good. Greenskins keeping the momentum up, though, man. They're not going quietly. We've got a couple hounds. Let's just keep bomber mobbing these guys. We can pull those hounds in. Nice value. Let's pull these guys back behind here. We do manage to get those pigs, and are we going to lose the middle objective is the question. So we can get just more zombies hustling up there. Yeah, you guys go. The problem with Coast is, man, the reinforcement time is like really, really long. It's really, really long indeed. All right, so let's get an invo. Heal up the boys, try and keep them fighting a little bit longer. Looks like it didn't go down, but we'll just heal up them. Side objective is ours. We got it under our clutches, and the bomber mobs can just go start sweeping through all the archer units, and the hounds can do something similar. We can pull them through. Looks like the middle's going to flip maybe, and so is the side. Shit. All right, we do have a lot of zombies, though. I think they'll get there and wrestle it back from him, so that is good for sure. We still have a lot of game left to play. You know, there's still a lot of game left to play. All right, so let's get these archers, clear them off. The Morgul's have done their job on this side point, and the hounds can scream in there. And Queen Bessie is something that we can resummon in a minute also. How's the middle looking? And do we have any like depth guard or anything good to send up there? Not really. Out of Vanguard, what do we have? A couple pistol mobs. All right, you know, it is what it is. We're going to have to just wrestle a double cap back. We're up on points pretty heavily, so we have time to work with is essentially what I'm trying to say. All right, so let's go clean out these archers here. Those Morgul's can move to the middle. And what is this going to look like? Okay, halberds into squigs is good for us. And we might, yeah, sending those zombies over to the side point. I might have like spread my tricks a little bit too much. Let's get some sirens, get them up here to the middle. We need to wrestle the middle objective back here, like hardcore. Unfortunately, I lost my dogs. I lapsed in micro and paid the iron price for that. You know, I'm only up by a little bit of value. I mean, I do have some healing, but overall, it's yeah, it's a little bit scary. How's this going here? The bats have chased down these archers, which is good. Let's keep hunting down these archer units. I need to reinforce this point. So let's get some old deckhand mob polearms here to fight the squigs off. All right. These guys are doing okay over here. I mean, they're fighting orc boar boys, which are a pretty respectable unit. I have nothing to get these archers offline, which is really annoying. Do I have any dogs I can call out of Vanguard? The Vanguard points are here. All right, so let's get the dogs. Who let the dogs out? Hopefully we will. We do see the Morgul's getting beat up, so we need to invo them before they start crumbling and really get our value. They passively heal in combat too, which is nice, but, you know, we got to do it. All right, so how are we looking here? Those guys are all getting routed. This fight went okay, you know. It wasn't the worst fight in the world. We did at least kill some squigs. All right, so now we got some actual dudes here. Dudes for the dude throne. Got some of these pigs on the side. Pistol mobs can chill and shoot. We'll get you back and get you guys hustling up here to disrupt. All right, pistol mobs, let's go. Can't afford to lose these. And out of Vanguard, we can call in, not Vanguard, but basic. We need to just make sure we secure that side point. Okay, the middle's coming back to us. Greenskins have got to be running out of steam. I feel like I've been out trading them the entire game. Okay, so we get that point back, which is great. Let's start blasting here. Keep these doggos safe. You guys shoot here. Go ahead and fight. And duke it out here with these guys. Sirens in the backfield will be annoying for sure. But Wurzag does do magic damage. I need to be careful about that. All right, can I get anything over here? All right, so that's good. That's good. Let's Vanguard out some dogs on this side to hunt down these archers if we can. Yeah, just go get on those like night goblins right there. That's going to be the stuff. All right, pull back these Morgul's and get back onto this point. All right, so our halberds arrived just barely in time to secure that point there. These dogs here, let's get on these squigs. Pistols, form ranks, form ranks. Zombies push up into the archers, and do we have any invo action? We'll save it for this. Okay, so I did manage to stabilize the far side point. The dogs, who let the dogs out? We let the dogs out just now. Let's keep consolidating our forces on one point. I think another Morgul wouldn't hurt. Those sirens could definitely use an invo to help fight those pigs. Let's get those guns shooting here, pulling the Morgul's over here. Looking good. And now we have a little bit of pressure here. Unfortunately, those squig hoppers came back and are kind of wrecking my hounds over there. I thought I would be able to finish them off, but looks like it wasn't the case. Zombies out of reserves, yes. We just need stuff to get up here and hold for the hold throne. All day, every day, man. Okay, squigs got wrecked. We got more halberd mobs arriving. We are up on points pretty considerably. It's got a lot of bacon sitting on that objective. Morgul's come over here and peel these squig hoppers off. Hounds, you guys keep nibbling away there. And let's do this. Shit, yeah, he's going to get a great charge into my dudes, and there's not a whole lot I can do about it. All right, Sirens, maybe come in, get a terror out at the very least. That's one of our best bets here. Vanguard deployment. Do we have any fast units? We do have some Houndos. Can get them up and see what they can do. We do manage to flip this point, which is good. There are some squig herds coming in. Let's just sweep through these archers here, see what kind of value we can get. Hopefully the Sirens and company can trade well into this fight, because this middle fight's actually not going well for us at all. All right, so deckhand mobs, cruise over. You guys could rear charge those squigs if you want to. The dogs and the archers are being hunted pretty heavily. Sirens are doing well for us. They're not doing bad. It's not doing bad, that's for sure. And let's get another pistol mob coming. I think we're secure on the side point, so we just need to maintain the middle, or at least wrestle it back from him. Okay, do we have enough magic for anything? Not really. Okay, so what you see is what you got. Thankfully, all the archers are getting mass routed, so that's going to be shutting those down for a moment. All right, how are we looking here? Pistol mob shooting at old Wurzag. Shoot there, get these hound units back, retreat them, go pressure that side point, and now we need to just get a polearm mob moving up there, because maybe, just maybe, we can put some pressure on that. That would be really good. All right, halberd mobs, go, Sirens. I wish I had another invo for them, but sadly I do not. Do we have anything coming to help here? Pistol mob out of the closest point possible. Might just be the desperation play we're looking for. This is a really dicey game. Really, really dicey. Oh, he got an effigy on those hounds. Very nice. Are they out of it? No, they're locked for another 2 seconds. Okay, if I can keep these hounds alive, that'd be great. All right, let's go. Hounds, get back. Pistol mob's doing it. Let's get these halberds up there, rocking the damage. We still are barely holding on to that point, just barely holding on. But I think we get the middle back here. We'll find out in a second. All right, so these hounds keep creeping back. Got you polearm boys moving up, so maybe we just lure them back there. Should have a lot of cap weight on this point here in just a second. Terror Route goes down on those, which is outstanding. Let's pull these pistol mobs back a little bit, get these halberds moving up. We have you guys to go battle the squigs. And what can we get here? Yeah, just straight up, we need cap weight. We need the old cap weight. And with Coast, it's definitely a big issue. It's a big old issue. All right, Hounds, you guys loop under. And we should have the cap weight advantage here now against these guys, like for sure. There's also going to be a terror route going down here. But yeah, I'm going to get triple capped here most likely. I don't know how I can deal with those guys out there. Okay, more zombos are on the way. Pistol mobs are cruising. Sirens have done it. All right, let's maneuver over. We do have more of these. Let's get the Sirens to go after these Orc Boar Boy Biggins, which ironically are pretty difficult to deal with. I didn't think they would be. Yeah, I didn't think those would be like the main threat we'd be really, really struggling with here. All right, pistol mobs cruise up. We need to get this middle one back right now. We have a bit of a points lead, but not enough that we can get like too comfortable. So we'll move you guys this way. All right, good, good. Keep running. Couple Sirens still in the blob, fighting hard, and we do get the objective. We have a lot of halberds there. Noctilus also anchoring it. Okay, cool. Damn squigs, man. Those damn squigs. What are they trying to push through? A couple halberd mobs? Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's get in the Morgrubs. Pistol mobs keep shooting at the squigs, and on this side, we need to move you up. I don't know if they didn't get the memo or something, but we got to play for the long game here. All right, Houndos have done good. We're anchoring the middle just barely. Here we do have some zombies, so let's get a Hound over there for a ninja capture. And great. So we do manage to probably wrestle this point from my opponent here, but he's going to have some counterpunching here very, very soon. So what we save up for on the other side is probably going to be a Hound summon, although he does still have a lot over here, so yeah, shit. That probably isn't going to go as well as I thought it would. All right, get you in there. Sirene's still thumping away. Hound's doing good. Let's pull them back through the trash, because we're going to need to stabilize those. And do we have any Hounds left? We do have some. All right, let's get you guys. Let's go nibble on these archers. Yeah, middle is going to flip again, man. Shit. It's crazy. I can't believe we're going to lose this game. I felt like we were so far ahead. Maybe the Queen Bessie wasn't enough. We do manage to get that one. The middle objective looks like it's belonging to my opponent. I have a lot of zombies there, but the WA value was just too good. It really gave him a lot. All right, so let's move you guys up, And yeah, Vanguard. We just need shit out of Vanguard. Just pistol mobs all day, baby. Yeah, Big Crab could be okay, but the problem is the Greenskin Daka is pretty effective against it. Let's get deckhands up. Our infantry just get mulched by his. All right, so going after the archers. Our deckhand mob is there also. We got Vanguard coming and deckhand mobs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We need to win on 2 objectives, which is not going to be easy since he's got all these damn squig hoppers and shit. It's like they just do so much work against us. In the middle, we have these pole arms, but they're just getting smashed by the orc boys. This point's looking okay, but I think he's got it, unfortunately. Damn, dude, I really felt like Coast was shining that game, but we didn't get a chance to really, really fully execute our strategy. Maybe I needed to call Queen Bess out to really keep dominating the battlefield, right? Because his infantry and his boys just really outtrade me so hard. All right, Noctilus, you keep fighting in the middle with these guys. These Hounds are going to keep maneuvering, and we do have the cap here. So let's go ahead and rear charge into these squig herds. All right, you guys should be able to secure that. So now we need to find a way to get to the middle point in time. It's just pure desperation summons, really. I think it's going to take too long for me to get over there with those. All right, so how are we looking in the middle? Yeah, Noctilus is trying his best. This objective could flip here. The squigs, unfortunately, counter my dogs very well. Who let the dogs out? We did not let the dogs out. Yeah, Stabbo Crabbo could be... I think we played this matchup right. I think just a couple more anchor pieces, like get some depth guard mixed in with the pole arms, and I think we suddenly are trading a bit better. All right, Noctilus, let's do it. Overall, I'm happy with it, though. I mean, Outer Region's one of the best players in the world playing a super meta faction, so the fact that we can kind of keep it close is good, but it's not good enough. All right, so zombies on the far side. Yeah, Queen Bess running out of ammo probably was a turning point. That thing was doing absolute work against my opponent. It was. Yeah, this side looks like it's going to go. The boys are just really cost-effective here, shielded, and they beat down all my zombies so hard. Yeah, we're up in value, and it's certainly evident, but there's no way we're going to get there. So maybe calling in Queen Bess mid-game could have won it for us. Although we don't know what kind of value she even generated in her first life. But yeah, nuking all these orc boys and different units like that could have been really good. So we're still holding on to that point, which is pretty funny. Pistol mobs have arrived. You guys have arrived. Do we have any doggos? We do have some dogs. Who let the dogs out? Once again, it's the Coast way. Just constantly got to let the dogs out. Also, a momentum was when we ran out of Winds of Magic. I think that was pretty big too, because we were getting nice Pit of Shades and different things like that, but then we ran out of WOM, and that really hurt us pretty bad. These squig hoppers are just going to melt us. We're going to the middle. Yeah, not enough time. GG, well played. Really good game. That was a really, really good match, and I'm happy with that. The first game, we got wrecked tonight? Not so much. That was just a crushing defeat. But this was a close game against a very meta faction. What did well for us? Noctilus did okay. Queen Bessie didn't even pay for itself, though. Bomber mobs, maybe we needed more bomber mobs sweeping around. The Morngul's also were underperformers. I'm surprised they didn't do better, but I guess they weren't buffed outside of cost or anything. GG, well played. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game indeed. Maybe somebody who's a little bit more practiced with Coast could have gotten that one. Maybe it could have. I don't know how I felt about Sirens. I feel like the Sirens die too quickly to Squigs. Yeah, man. Coast is a weird faction to play, dude. They're very weird. Report, please. Yeah, artillery, like mortar spam. You know, honestly, I didn't feel like I was having any issues defending my backfield, so I think mortar spam could have been good, too, for, like, wearing down the army. Noctilus fell off hard late game, but the wide build initially, I think, was good. But how could we, like, make that more optimal? So we go Celastra. We get her with Kraken's, or probably just Tide Call, to be honest, on her crab. We cut that, Kiss of the Deep. We keep Ghost of the Past. So then we tune down these and get a Vampire Caster, maybe a Vampire Fleet Captain. I think we needed like a Goon Squad at the end, just this like Death Star of units that just wouldn't break, you know. And we just get Invo on this thing, right, with Power Stone, and we can keep taunts, we can keep the hunger. So from here, you're just basically cutting the pistol mobs. That's not bad. Reinforcements, Queen Bess was a good call, I think. The Morngul's, I honestly, part of me is like, just replace them with Sirens. The Sirens at least terror out and can deal with infantry, but they do kind of trade badly into Orc Boys. I don't know. I don't know. A gun build would have folded like a piece of paper under the Squig Rush. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Got you. So just got to report some scores and do some updates here. So let's see what we can do in the next game. We're learning a bit tonight. I feel like we're learning together, which is fun. Not for my record, but for everything else it is. All right, so we are going to drop you. And then we need to adjust Drew's score here. Prometheans die to archers, actually. It doesn't work as well as you would think. I've tried it. All right, so where's Drew at? Drew. Okay, so that needs to be fixed. Let's do this. Depth guard get wrecked by Squigs, though. Even the polearm variant, the Squigs kill them really quickly with Wa and Wurzag, so you could go Luther Harkin, like having a big terror-causing like flying Cheeser Lord to like chase Wurzag around and make his life a living hell. I think like a Luther Harkin up in the sky, like diving and poking, like Luther in a 20 stack could be something that was viable. I did like Queen Bess a lot, though. It gave me some tools to poke the archers down, so I didn't have to like get them with hounds, because hounds are so easily defended for Greenskins with Squigs. Like Squig Hoppers just annihilate not the Chaos Warhounds, but the Scurvy Dogs. Fun stuff. We got to keep going to the drawing board. Just one of the ROR Prometheans. Yeah, that could be an option too. They still get killed though. Like I played them a lot, and they, like, you'll get like 4 or 5 arrow boys focusing them, and like they just kind of are constantly on the run. Shotgun spam. Oh my god, dude, that would not work. Their range is just too short. They would just get wrecked. Bess was fun though. I did like Bess. Yeah, the Lord felt unimpactful. He did. He paid for himself though, which was pretty good. I was not unhappy about his performance in that regard. All right, so advancing on to the last round here. So let's advance the Swiss. I genuinely thought we were going to win that game. Like mid-game, we were up like 2,000 value, and I thought we were going to pull a W out. But he's a very good player, so he's going to scrap to the end. And the zombie cap weight is rough. Getting him there quick. All right, so we got our opponent. The last round is live. Let's see what we get. And the map is going to be... Okay, so the map is going to be Chateau de Roquefort. All right. It's a great map. It's one of our new ones. It's an absolute beauty. I don't know what my opponent's playing. He's a dwarf player, which would be rough because dwarves are really, really good against these guys. We've played, let's see. Of all the matchups we played tonight, I would say Cathay is extremely favored against Coast, but I wouldn't say the same for Greenskins. I would say it's favored, but not by, like, you can beat Greenskins if you play your cards right. Thank you, Buck, for the membership. You said you're enjoying watching me play the less popular races. Yeah, it's fun. Oh, dwarves, shit. Okay. The Dowie, huh? Oh boy, ooh, the Dowie. They're coming for me. All right, so Dwarves versus Coast. This matchup is a weird one. It has historically been heavily dwarf favored, but that's not to say we can't pull some shenanigans and have some fun. It's basically like playing Cathay. They just spam bows, and it's a bit of a problem to deal with it for sure. Okay, that looks good. 2, 3, and 4. Get a couple of you guys as well. So all the disruption pieces are out. And let's get you, and you. Very cool. Now for the Lord choice. Who do we want to go for the Lord against the Dwarves? Celestra is pretty damn good. Armor piercing and the ability to summon those damn Knights Errant to like run into the Dwarf backfield feels pretty good. So that is definitely on the table. Definitely a consideration. Crabs aren't bad. Depth guard dual wielders actually do pretty good here if you can get them away from like big fights. You could throw in a bloat. If they gave Bloaty Boys Vanguard deployment, that would actually be really funny. That would be hilarious. Colossus, probably not so much. Dwarf cannons will just probably have too much of a field day with that thing. Okay, so for the rest of the troopers, we got these. Sirens against dwarves, if you can avoid blasting charges, can do nice work because they have good AP. But you really, really got to make sure you're avoiding the blasting charges. All right, so that looks good. For the Collins here, you, and we could just start with those in the army. Actually, that would probably be smarter. Probably be a little bit smarter. Okay, and then Vampire Fleet Admiral is also not a terrible choice for a Lord. This one has the pistol, and this one has the polearm. I ain't got to worry about like gyros and shit. Probably not. Probably not too much. Okay, so Invo. Drowned Dead is good. Got that. Slap you on that. All right, so we got a little something going here. Slap in a couple of you guys in reserve. And then cut one of you. Mix in this. And let's see what the hell happens, dude. I don't know how this is going to go. This is just a guess. I think it could work. It's a very weird build. The crabs, I'm not as big of a fan of them. I think Depth Guard and Sirens can be your like good core infantry choices. That really, really do work. Yeah, the doggos are a must. They're pretty good for shutting down dwarven ranged if possible. Bomber mobs are kind of an interesting tech. They can, because the dwarves, yeah, I guess they would just crossbow them into oblivion probably, is what you would have happen to you. All right, so we got the old bats. Got the dogs. Who let the dogs out? Let's just grab these guys as the tech piece. And we can get one of these too, just for the fun of it. All right, good luck, have fun, man. Is this build gonna work? Shit, I don't know. It could, I guess. Yeah, I feel like maybe just another one of you would be better. All right, good luck, have fun. Let's see how this goes, baby. So this is a cursed matchup, but we're gonna make it work. I feel like I'm saying that a lot tonight. Yeah, running into those armored factions is tough. Honestly, man, Coast is weird. I gotta figure out how to play them. Okay. Here we go, looking good. Yeah, we're getting out of the swamps with this one, baby. I feel like last game too, I shouldn't have pushed the side objective because I'm too slow to do that. I should have just consolidated on my middle points with a swarm. That would have been good. Double depth guard, yeah. Depth guard are in there. They're in my build. Maybe not in the starting army, but we'll see. Morngul's against the dwarves. Yeah, that would have been... Oh, shit. I totally forgot a handful of units even existed. Oh, my God. I just, like, totally blanked on some units. I had such a hard-on for this little squad I have here. Yeah, all right. All right, then. So, here is what we're working with, guys. We have some deckhand mobs. Deckhand mobs. And they're just going to go be sacrificed to the deeps. Okay. Then we have this lovely, lovely squad here of these guys. which is going to be my bread and butter, I'm hoping. So let's get you guys in 2, you guys in 3. There we go. This is the tech. You like it? I think it is. I think it's pretty cool. And we'll get one polearm boy to kind of hustle over to that side point too. Why not, dude? Why not? All right, so let's spread you out and spread you out there. All right, let's get it. Let's have some fun, baby. The time for Coast is now. This is where we come back and take out all of our pent-up rage of tonight's pure suffering and drop some hatred on the Dowie here. Hlidden is also a top-tier player. We are just not getting any easy opponents tonight. This is great. It's good because you can fool yourself if you play people who, you know, you're way more experienced than. But we're not going to be fooled here. Well, the thing about artillery trading with mortars is it's not cost-effective to shoot cannons into mortars. It's just straight up not. Because the cannons are the mortars are so cheap and easy to replenish, you know? All right, let's actually move that way a little bit, and then the mortars can also hustle like over here. I don't want to be in the tree line. Granted, I could call out ambushers very quickly here. All right, so you go hold that objective, buddy. I'm gonna petition CA to make the bloaty boys into Vanguard deployments. Yeah, Vampire Coast artillery is cheap. It's not super expensive, so you got that going for you. I'm hoping our little goon squad doesn't get caught and killed though. These Morgul hunters have a ton of AP. Yeah, so you just let the cannon shoot, and you're just like, you know, they should be shooting other things like my hunters. The Dowie Dread Legion will be advancing from over the hill in just a second. We'll be seeing it in all of its glory, just the erect, massive horde of blasting charges. All right, so let's get some sirens up on the side and go like try and get that. Oh, he's going for that point. Okay, interesting. So he's just gonna let me have the middle, I guess. All right, so the mortars aren't in range yet. We got what? Iron bolter? Oh, flame. Oh shit. Those are flame cannons, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, dear God in heaven. There is no God. It's the flame cannon. Oh, God. Apparently they're good against Coast, too. No, not like this. All right. So let's go up. See if we can wrestle this middle objective. We got Iron Drakes in here ready to go, too. He is going to just get that objective. I ain't even going to try and stop that. So, guys, it is flame cannons. And it's not a meme in this matchup either. They're really good at killing Coast infantry. Like, exceptionally good. All right, so let's pull back, hold this middle point. You guys can go grab this and this. And the rest of you guys can try and contest the middle here. We do have our sirens at the ready who are going to be looping around. We're going to call in some Fellbats and just try and swarm those things if we can. What do we got here? Flamethrowers. Okay, so now they're starting to shoot at my zombies, and there's not a whole lot I can do about that. So let's do this, shoot here, and then here, and let's blast into some of these guys too. All right. So thankfully shooting at my characters, which is what I would prefer. The main fighting hasn't really started yet. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so let's get you Fellbats and run up there and also send you up around the side. We got the double cap on them. Ooh, look at that, a flame cannon hitting my lord. I'm gonna have to invo that. Somebody's gonna have to invo that shit. All right, so we got our Fellbats looking to go shut down those flame cannons. Hopefully it works out. We can take our characters around the side and go be kind of annoying here. But overall, the mortars hopefully will do some work. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of shooting here outside of the Iron Drake, so maybe we can do something. One zombie unit getting obliterated, which is just super funny. All right, let's do this, and then we can call in like so. And if we can shut those down, I think we just potentially win. Oh yeah, baby, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's drop a little summon right there to kind of tar pit him. Pull back, and we got the crews here. They're all running. And, okay, so one of them goes and jumps on the Iron Drake there, and the other ones can go jump on the Flame Cannon and the Flame Cannon. All right, so that had to happen. We're sacrificing the bats for the greater good. We got a Thane in the mix, so maybe he'll do a little something something. We have dogs and sirens back here, so let's get these dogs and have them come up and under, and sirens can keep pushing in the backfield. Let's get more of you guys to just keep hustling up. All right, let's get on these Iron Drakes here. See what we can do against them. The Thane is getting smashed pretty hard, but we should just ignore the Thane. It's kind of stupid that we're going after him, actually, to be honest. All right, so the Batos have compromised the Flame Cannons to an extent, which is great. Sirens are hustling for those ones. These doggos need to retreat now because we don't want to just lose them for nothing. And let's just move back here and see what kind of work we can do. Sirens doing it. The doggos have escaped, and I'm letting the dogs out today. We are letting them out. Let's get in here, do this. And the other objectives are holding well. Let's move these guys up to support. And now we just need to get on top of those cannons and try and shut them down. But one flame cannon being offline is a pretty big win. We do have a siren back there, which I don't know if you noticed it. All right, looking good. These are miners with blasting charges, so let's attack them here. And then we can also just call in these bombers to cause some havoc. All right, so both flame cannons are offline, which I would say is a huge win for us. We also have our Morngul Haunters just cackling in the deep, so let's drop another summon here. Keep disrupting where we can. And outstanding. So the Dowie are moving in with what appears to be some Slayers. So we'll try and hand grenade them down. Let's pull you guys back. We got a nice summon there. Blasting charges temporarily shut down. Sirene's killing a flame cannon. And now it looks like we're going to steal this objective. Okay. So we need to get these bomber bats to come and do battle with the Slayers. That's going to be the real winner. One of the Morngul is actually trapped here. I don't know how that happened. Did he slow it or something? I have no idea. It's weird. Okay, so it's moving. If we lose that Haunter, that's going to suck pretty bad. I mean, it has a lot of life left still to give here in this game. So we're going to go after the Slayers. Perfect. Get you guys back. And the Sirenes are just absolutely causing massive havoc in his backfield. Here, these guys can pour in here and help out. We got the bomber mobs on the Slayers. So we just need to protect our artillery. Let's move one of these deckhand mobs up to the middle. Now we call in some Depth Guard, I think. Yeah, just keep our Goon Squad rotating. Get these bombers to go after those. We got to watch out for the flamethrowers, though. Don't want any piece of that shit. All right, so we're going to mortar them, Iron Drakes. I don't think that's a great idea, but, you know, I'm just going to live a little bit crazy today. Depth Guards, let's roll them up to the middle. Yes, good, Anakin, good. Get the Goon Squad moving away from the Slayers. On the side point, it looks like the Sirenes are doing pretty good. I think, honestly, using the Sirenes as like a backfield pressure piece could be stronger. Value trading is a little bit too even for my liking. That is for damn sure. So let's attack here. We have some summons. We got some more zombies coming. And the Depth Guard should be arriving soon. It looks like he overextended his flamethrowers here, so we should be able to call some dogs in and punish them. Let's call in the dogs. Sirene's in the backfield still just stuffing his units. Let's go do that again. Let's get that other Sirene unit and go see what we can get done. So we got a Rune Lord here. Interesting. Very budget. All right. Looking good. And Slayers are over there. The dogs are coming. And yeah. I mean, if we beat a Dwarf player, a very top-tier Dwarf player like we're playing now, I'll be very happy. Even after facing out a region. I mean, that is no small feat. All right. So let's get back. We can drop some summons here to help out a little bit against those dudes. Get these guys moving in to fight the Slayers and pull our zombies back. And the Sirenes are just going to go look for any reinforcements coming in. The dogs did get their little ambush, and we have Depth Guard on their way. So let's call some Fellbats, get them on top of the flamethrowers here, shut those down. And we do have the double cap now, which is good. All right. Yeah, I mean, Iron Drakes are pretty good against Coast, so yeah, it's not a meme at all. All right, pop the Black Pry Pit. Depth Guard, we can maneuver you guys. Fellbats go over. And Sirenes, we want to just keep kind of stuffing that backfield back and making it very, very unpleasant. Let's get some dogs too while we're at it. Chase down these blasting charges and then have some fun. All right, so charging in here. The Depth Guard have arrived. We can call them in since we're going to move our characters over there to fight a little bit. I don't know why these guys aren't shooting. It's very weird. What is he shooting at? Let's go see if we can get those Rangers. Sirenes are stuffing him back. Yes, now we just absolutely slap this formation, shut down those dudes to the best of our abilities. Let's get something good. So what do we got here? Norgamling's Ironbreakers. Wow, okay. So that's pretty crazy. Little Norgamling's actions, eh? Let's shoot these Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. And Norgamling's Ironbreakers, they are going to steal that objective from me super, super hard. Let's call a Bomber Mob over and just see if we can maybe wear them down. Let's get Lampreys over there too. I did get his Archer unit down, which is good. But yeah, we crushed the Dwarven position here. But yeah, we were going to lose this side objective. I'm just going to kind of try and draw that out for as long as I possibly can. And now you can see he's starting to go for that side. So let's get these dogs through here. We still have the double cap. We got more doggos on the way. The mortars will do fine. We just need to prolong this for as long as possible and get the other bomber mob over there. All right, so where are our Haunters at? We probably should stay here. Make sure we don't lose that fight, right? Yeah, I think we got to make sure we win that one. Let's pull back onto that point here. And now the Norgamling's Ironbreakers are going to be feeding us a little bit of value. We just need to keep kiting around the point if we can. We got the dogs. Let's get the dogs on those blasting charges. And on this side, is there anything we can do? A little bit of Sirene pressure will not be bad on those Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. And looks like the Dwarves are in a bit of a rout here. So let's get our character Goon Squad go here. I think the Depth Guard will be able to hold this on their own. Fellbats can go back here on these Archers. And you guys, we might just have to yield this one. Although, man, we're farming those Norgamlings. They're giving us so much value here. That's awesome. All right, so let's get on those guns. Let's get you on these Rangers here. We got the nasty character squad. I really do like the steady mortar damage, though. It seems like it's doing okay. Let's get these zombies back on the edge of the point here. Those guys are taken down. Let's go after the Slayers. Norgamlings basically are in death's bed here. Do we save up for Depth Guard? I think we do. I think we save up. Sometimes I get in a little bit of a state where I don't like, I get a little impatient, I should be saving for things. Looks like some Dwarf Warriors coming in. Sirens will lend us their capture weight. And cool. So Norgamlings, Ironbreakers got thrashed pretty hard there. Bomber mobs can go here. And I think we just relinquish this objective and just head back to the middle and use these bats to go dive things. All right. So the side point should go to us. I think these miners are going to get it. And we can drop a summon if we need to, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. Let's get another Depth Guard unit. We need some good fighting power here on the point. And you guys can just go fight those Thanes. You dive those Archers. And these guys can continue bombing the Slayers. I wonder if he's going to go for my artillery in the back. I don't think so. Okay, so those guys are getting smashed. Depth Guard are on the way. The other Depth Guard should be able to actually do some respectable work against Thanes. We're up in value pretty heavily here. The Bomber mobs and the mortars on those Norgamlings actually paid some substantial dues. Let's start softening them up here. And it looks like there's going to be a single unit trying to squeak by here. Let's get a Fellbat and just go clean those things up. Make sure they don't get to my backfield. All right. So the objective looks to be ours. We just pull back and wrestle that one. Points are close, though. And, here's the thing. I thought I was winning last game, and then I just straight up lost it. I was like, it can happen, man. It can happen. Let's get this other Depth Guard here. Mortar fire is saturating in. Fellbat should be able to clear them off. We really need to just anchor these two objectives here, and it looks like that's going to be some more Dwarf Warriors. So let's do this. Head you guys to the middle to make sure we don't lose that one. And in the meantime, the Depth Guard can head over there. And we can call in more zombies. Yes, we need just bodies with cap weight here. All right, so the Depth Guard are chilling out. We got the Bat Bombers. They're doing pretty good. And the side point, we can start softening it up for a Ninja Cap, which I think wouldn't be a terrible idea. What do we got here across the map? Okay, we got one of you and you. Looking good. And we can drop a big, fat, juicy Invo to heal all those bad boys up right now. That's going to be money. Let's go shut down those Ulthar's Raiders. Get that cap weight there. Sirene's holding. Depth Guard's arriving. Yes, good, Anakin, good. And then let's get some dogs to go chase these haggard units he has around. All right, so once we get back here, that should give us the cap weight. But those Norgamlings Ironbreakers, dude, they didn't hear no bell. They're going hard. I think we win the middle with our little goon squad. Pop the Black Pryapit. We're pretty good on Winds of Magic at the moment. Sirens need to get back onto the point because they're fighting off the point here. Scurvy Dog should help. Outstanding. And yes, so the Thane should be in trouble. I think we just win this blob fight here. How's this side looking? Is it looking adequately softened up? We could call in some Shade Wraith Gunners, but line of sight I think would be a bit of a problem here. He does have some more trolls coming in, so we need to go ahead and get these and do this and retreat back and retreat back. Call the Scurvy Dogs up on the hill and prepare for that fight over there and just try and win this this fight in the middle here. Let's drop another summon. Depth Guard doing it. Do it. Can start planning ahead a little bit. Send one zombie over here just to maybe get to that point. All right, so we pulled our infantry back to get away from his flamethrower. Now we loop around. It looks like that's going to be a cannon there. Interesting. So let's get the Depth Guard in. Let's move these guys around the top and get another Fellbat coming up to shut down all these range tools. The Dwarf character core is getting pretty smashed here. How's our artillery doing? One of them's out of ammo. Okay, let's unsummon it. And the dogs, oh, I did not see that there was some Slayers back there, but it's fine. The dogs will be a worthy sacrifice. Unsummon both those because they've done their job. Middle is looking turbo secure for us. And now we just come down here and make sure we don't lose this shit. All right, let's get in, Slayers. Let's get in with the blasting charges. And we need to get more cap weight here. This game is still close. Still close, but I think it's going to be over because of my characters. Can leave you to keep bashing here. The Battos, we can clean off here. This point's going to be most likely ours. Let's just dive with these bats. Did we get the cannon offline? We did. So we killed his cannon, which is nice. That was giving him a little bit of damage against my Morgul's there. We win this fight eventually. It just takes time. Do we have dogs to call in? We do. We need some capture weight doggies. All right, doggies, let's go. Get some cap weight there. Meanwhile, in the middle, Depth Guard crushing the last Dwarven forces. We're up pretty massively on value, but you can still lose games to Dwarves on value game trades like this. All right, let's unsummon you, and we can just start the unsummoning process on this. Start to get the cap weight back, and the cannon might still be online. I'm not sure. Depth Guard doing it, and let's roll some units over here if we can. And it's going to take them a while to get there, but when they do, we'll at least be ahead of the Dwarves in that regard. All right, Depth Guard, let's run you over there. Try and get the cap. We'll keep our Lord here and do a big invo to heal up those boys if we can. Okay, they got completely routed there. Is there any artillery back here? Nope, just miners with blasting charges, which have terrible attacks, so they actually don't kill bats very quickly. Let's get on you. Yeah, Morgul Haunters are badass, dude. I mean, they regenerate. They're pretty robust fighters, honestly. Let's do that and get you up to the middle. Cool. All right, I like this. So with slightly better play, we could have gone 3-1. If we had beaten out a region and, you know, won our dwarf game here, yeah, it was close. I'm not upset about it. You know, the first game was the only one I was really disappointed by because I just got absolutely crushed by those friggin' bat things. I do think Morgul Haunters are a very underrated element of the Vampire Coast in domination mode. Land battle's a bit of a different beast, but yeah, dude, they're doing work. Let's unsummon this. Call in some bat. Oh, those things don't have Vanguard? Really? Those bomber bats? Holy shit, I guess not. All right, let's get you guys up. So some archers are there. We have the double cap. Let's not give him any chance to get back in this game. Let's just like hunker down on our 2 points and not be a potato. Although we do have zombie mobs coming here soon, right? Yeah, you guys can go finish off those Nargumlings. You get back to the point. You get back to the point. Depth Guarding Company have done it. Sirens should move up. Yeah, now we just pull back here and let's just, we could call mortars out, but mortars are like a long-term value piece. Typically, you don't want to resummon artillery unless it's like very impactful, in my opinion. All right, so yeah, look at those damn archers, just those stupid rangers just karate chopping me here. All right, so doggos, let's get them in the trees. Coast does have really good hound units. They're unbreakable, obviously, which is good. All right, pull you back. Let's get you guys to go hunting. Looks like Slayers are coming to the middle. We do have bombers, though, which are going to be incredibly devastating. And yeah, looks like we might be able to get this point now. Let's get these guys and go up like so, and then engage there. All right. Cool, let's go after the Slayers. Slayers get obliterated by these bomber bats. Those things do a lot of damage, actually. Pull you around the top, shut those down. Sirens have done it here and here. Let's go chase, and let's go chase. Get on the Slayers. We can drop an invo to heal the boys up and get the hounds to shut down the Ulthar's raiders. And our hound units have now found their prize. All right, so that's going to be a triple cap for us. So the Slayers weren't in front. The Slayers, I got on top of the cannon before the Slayers arrived, so it wasn't quite like a perfect defense. It looked like it was like a panic summon, you know. Hey, look at that! We beat top tier dwarf player with Coast. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Yeah, the build was good. I think the mortars are really solid, but his build was very strange. It was off meta for sure. The flame cannons. Here's the thing: he lost 2 flame cannons like immediately without them getting value, and the game was still kind of scrappy. I think if you just go super wide, but that's the thing. The Rangers build, like the quad mortar can really punish the archer builds, but it's a little bit more of a stressful style of play. Cool, man. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, baby. The Coast, they get their Haggard dub for the night. That's all they get, though, because now we're going to be casting these semis in the grand finals. I promise one of these weeks, guys, I'll play a faction that can actually win these. I will. One of these days it'll happen. Not today, though. All right, port score, Vampire Coast versus Dwarves. And that's a win for the Old Coast. GG. Well played. And now we are just waiting for a couple more players to wrap up. So value, Morgul Haunters got about 1,000 apiece, which is respectable. Mortars, 800, 700, 600, and 500. That's good. Mortars cost 600, so that's good value. It's like good, consistent performances. Sirens 1,200, really good. Bomber bats got 13. I feel like there's nothing on Coast that's like really OP, you know? Yeah. Well, a lot of people play Lizardmen Zulu. That's the reason I don't play them. They're already very popular. I like to play underdogs, you know, that don't get a lot of love. I tried Gunline in game 1. It didn't go so well, but we did have the mortars. Gunline Coast can actually beat Kislev. That was something I was hoping to run into tonight. I've been training Coast Gunline against Kislev, and it's pretty formidable, actually. But it was not meant to be tonight. All right, so let's take a look how we're doing on the old website here. All right. Let's see. So a handful of games still to be concluded. It looks like Subutai won. Ironically, my tiebreaker isn't terrible, I don't think. Yeah. No, I had a buy round, so that pretty much destroys your tiebreaker. Yeah. So True Bretonian is undefeated. Catholic, I think, is still playing. Let's see. No, it looks like he may have lost the game, but he'll still qualify for top 4. And then we got Hadries is still playing versus Blood Penguin. All right, so a handful of games still to go. Handful of games still to go. Yeah, it should be good. This is the thumbnail for this tonight. This is a picture of me in college. So I'm on the left side, and this is when I was running track and field, and I was arm wrestling a shot putter from my shot put team. So I had an arm wrestling match with him. The dude was ginormous. He was like 6'3" or 6'4". His head was like 3 times the size of mine, and yeah, he was colossal, dude. Yeah, that was really funny. So you can see I'm just struggling. It's like the meta. It's like the Empire struggling against the Ogre Kingdoms while they're just smiling. Yeah, it's pretty great. All right, so let's switch on back. See how we're looking. And we don't have enough time for another Dom game. I suspect these will be wrapping up here in the next few minutes, since our game went pretty far. The guy on the right looks like he yokes Matt Damon. He was just a big boy. Yeah, he was like a huge boy. College, you mean 50 years ago? Dude, so that video was taken 13, 14, 15. That video was taken 16 years ago. Yeah. Carl won, though. I did actually beat him, yeah. I was really good at arm wrestling, yeah, before my damn hand problems. That autoimmune disease ravaged my body. That was another life. And there's actually a video of it, too. I have proof. Well, quick question. Do you know anyone who likes to play Lizardmen? There's not too many people who do like multiplayer coverage in general. I mean, you have Dov who does land battles, and he doesn't really play himself. He mainly casts battles. I don't think he actively participates in tournaments. I'm not sure. Maybe he does. He's a great guy, though. Dov's really cool. He does land battle. Human Boy does land battle. I don't know what he plays, or if he does his own replays often. I'm not really sure what his channel looks like. How old am I? I am 35. Yeah. Platypus puts up a video every now and then, but he doesn't consistently. I don't think he plays lizards either. Platy really likes to play the strong. He'll play meta. He's a meta player, which is powerful, of course. Yeah, we had a Queen Vested game tonight. It was really good. Yeah, Erev Carthage is covering historical games again too, though, but he doesn't play Dom or land. I don't even know. He maybe bounces between Dom and land battle. Yeah, ogres are very strong. Yeah, ogres are very, very strong indeed. All right, so let's see what we got here. How's the round looking? Yeah, there's still some, for sure. Dov and Human Boy do a lot of land battle stuff. Indie Pride does like more showcase videos. So if you're looking for aesthetic videos that aren't necessarily like competitive meta, like showcase type stuff, he's really good at that. And they're very lovely videos. I'm a living fossil, dude. Tell me about it. Especially when it comes to RTS gaming. Thankfully, Total War Warhammer is much easier. I feel like older people can play this game way easier than like an Age of Empires or a StarCraft. Like, I can feel my speed dwindling in those StarCraft type games, but in this game, I don't really feel like I if I practice, you know, and I'm playing meta, like I can take games off the best players in the world in this. But in other games, just no way. It's a different beast. Yeah, if you're looking for competitive, then we do competitive domination very heavily, obviously. There's not too many other people, honestly. Really, like, there's like 5 or 6 multiplayer YouTubers who I think, like, yeah, I don't know. My back feels pretty good, though, to be fair. I don't have any back issues, which is great. The knees are slightly beat up, but it's not fair to ask me, though, because I have an autoimmune disease, which attacks all the tendons in my body. So my wrist tendons, my Achilles, my hamstrings. So I'm always basically suffering. So it's not like fair, but I feel good overall. Yeah. What do you feel is good competitive faction to start learning with? Beastmen are pretty good right now. I would start recommending Beastmen because here's the thing. With the Beastmen, you can just mouth breathe and bring like 5 Zangors, Morkor the Shadowgave, a Traderkin caster, spam Ungor Raiders, and then just send out Minotaurs and Razorgors the whole game and be pretty good. So Beastmen, I'm starting to think with Zangors being added are really good for beginners. Kislev is also very, very forgiving because the leadership thing. Kislev's builds are very mouth breathing. It's basically just like, so you could take like a single Kislev build and apply it to like a ton of matchups and it would just straight up work for you. So Kislev is a good beginner faction, I would say. They have a high skill cap too, though, for sure. They do. You plan to do commentary on? I do someday. When the expansion drops, Dandy, I do plan on covering some of the new civilizations. We'll see. Oh, no, you had a good game against True Brett and you threw it in the fourth quarter, huh? You have a bounty for players who win with Nurgle Heralds on Palanquins? That would actually not be a bad idea. That would not be a bad idea at all. I know, I got one too many blessings from Nurgle. Ain't that the truth, dude? Okay, so 1 round, 1 game to finish. 1 game to rule them all, 1 game to bind them. So you see here, we have Ghoul versus Dustman. So we probably have a good idea of our top 4. Hadries, Tim the Wilder, Catholic, and also the True Bretonian. Looks like Subutai lost a couple games. After absolutely crushing me with Grand Cathay, it looks like he took a dive into the pits and joined me with the two points. Yes, join me in the pits of hell, Subutai. Yeah, Brett Mirror probably comes down to hippo management. Yeah, that makes sense. Hippos are insanely good. I can't believe we had a Greasus Changeling game today. I can't believe it. That was absolutely bonkers. Hey, Goji, how's the old land battle community doing? I see you playing in those. I occasionally will go and look and see what's cracking in those communities. Remember a ways back you would recommend me some... No, I don't have any recommendations, Herbie, honestly. Yeah, you just got... Everyone's health conditions are so unique. I would just recommend talking to your own doctor. Yeah. I know, it's a troll one for sure. Thanks for casting. I was finally able to hop in tournament and went, hey, you went 2-2. Great work. Congrats, OG. That's really good for your first tournament run. Solid play. Solid play. No, Grail Knights are okay, Reg, but yeah, like Hippo Knights are just better, like in most situations. Maybe Grails could be situationally better if you're worried about like direct fire shooting and you have them up in the sky, but I think Hippos are really good. Greasus will make a comeback, maybe not on his own roster. Yeah, I probably won't ban Ogres next time. I just wanted to see how the meta kind of shook out a little bit with that. Beastmen feel really strong this patch, though, man. They feel really, really strong. We got 2 more matches after this, and they're about to start, like literally within a couple minutes. We just need Ghoul Baby and Dustman to finish. There's a couple usual suspects who tend to take the real long on their events. So he has a really bad habit of fixing bugged units and also nerfing them at the same time. Yeah. Goji says, you're still having fun. Rules arguments bug me, but I really thought this DLC would damage them more. Yeah, I do not miss rules arguments in land battles. I mean, Total War Warhammer is like one of my favorite games of all time, obviously. Like, I love the dynamic of the multiplayer, but the one thing that I hated for years about it that always bothered me was the fact that we didn't really have a real, true multiplayer RTS experience without the community having to step in and apply rules. Like, the game itself didn't function without player-made rules. I hated that because I'm a traditional RTS guy, like Warcraft, StarCraft, Brood War. I played all that stuff. And going into a game where like a player could just draw kite you in circles on quick battle, or like even in a competitive match, like somebody has to attack, when it's not opportune for them to because of like a rule. It's like, I like when players can express their skill to the maximum and not be constrained, within the spectrum of the game. That was always bothered me. I remember I tried to pitch in Warhammer 2. I was really making a big effort to turn Total War Warhammer into like a bigger thing. I sent emails to Red Bull. I was sending emails to try and get big sponsors. But, at the end of the day, one of the issues that I was running into was that it's just like the whole rule break situation and having rules and like gray area in those rules, it just turned people off from wanting to like sponsor these events. And also the lag was a big problem too. But now that we have Dom, it certainly has, we have that now, which is good. But the lag still is a big killer for like a major esport event. We couldn't have like a huge event with like a $10,000 prize pool, right? If like we have drops, people dropping and lagging and connection issues, you just can't. You can't. That needs to be solved if you want to ever have a big kind of esport type thing. Which we could have. I honestly think Total War Warhammer 3 with domination mode, where it's at now, with a little bit more balancing focus, if CA actually went more ham on like balancing things, I think we legit could have some big money events and get some solid sponsors, But yeah, the lag is a big problem. If land battle at the point miraculously happens, would you come back? I don't know. It would depend. If everybody liked it, yeah, like I would be interested, but I don't think. I don't think so. I think domination is like a true RTS experience. I do love land battles. So I have fun playing them just casually, but from a tournament perspective, I think they're a little haggard. Checking here. Okay. No problem. I will place next person down. All right. So checking. So the thing about CA and multiplayer too is, though, you have to remember this game was designed as a single player game. You know, just the passion of the community is what made multiplayer even a thing. You know, we were putting up tournaments and doing videos and actively reaching out to CA to make events like the Everchosen happen, which for me was really the catalyst of, like, you know, multiplayer picking up in this game, like those early big events. Yeah. You need to get people together in a LAN tournament like CSGO. That could be cool. That could be cool. It could help with the lag issues for sure. I mean, like, we have a game like Realms of Ruin coming out, which is the Age of Sigmar RTS game. And, like, Domination Mode is already a million times better than that game's ever going to be. But if only, like, we could have a full studio of developers just optimizing, you know, not full studio, but a handful, optimizing Domination Mode and balance. Like, dude, it would be so good. Yeah. It'd be so good. It's always a weird argument to me when CA says that. Not a lot of people. No, a fair amount of people play multiplayer. I mean, there's like, I think there's 4,000 to 5,000 active quick battle games played a day, which is pretty decent considering how little support it gets. Like, if we had good domination maps in quick battle, I think that number could be, like, potentially, you know, increased by 30-40%, which would be cool. Oh yeah, dude, Dandy Dragon, Tomb Kings are really good. They're a solid faction. You're not going to regret playing them. Sorry about just the waiting here. One of these players is taking 10 years. All right. Hey, so if you made the top 4, the person who's the 4th person down, Catholic, is going to be dropping just because it's really late in Germany. So we're going to be taking the next person down. So Kane, if you're still up, that would be you. Oh, we don't have Everchosen anymore. So I started Everchosen with Dogbert from CA back in the day, and then Italian Spartacus joined as a caster. But we ran Everchosen, and CA did some big cool events, which were really fun. But what eventually happened is Games Workshop wanted to use the Everchosen title for their painting competition. So they basically told Creative Assembly they couldn't have that be their, like, official name anymore. So now it's called, like, the Spring Championship or Winter Championship, things like that. Yeah. Yeah, no, Hadri's for sure. I mean, but that's between land battle and domination mode. If you like balance it between those two game modes. Kislev is leaving. Yeah, they are. Kislev is leaving indeed. We're just waiting for one game because it could affect some of the tiebreakers. So I'm just waiting to see how these guys look. It's taken 5 million years. Did you guys finish? Okay, report. Please, thank you. All right, so they're going to report it. And we will get the top 4 players in there. Yeah, Domination Queue is a hellscape. It's awful. Oh, God. I just wish that CA would, like, add all our maps and then just delete their shitty maps they have and call it a day, dude. Call it a day. All right, so where are we at? Come on, baby. Give me that bread. Report your score! Should have potentially dropped them for taking too long. All right, so it's been reported. We have our top 4. See, that did change the tiebreaker a little bit, it looks like. Yep. So, Dustman, you're in top 4. Cathay had to leave. Stand by. All right, so I'm going to advance to the top 4 right now. So, advance to top 4. All right. Cool. Advance to top 4. No, Bretonia is fine now. They're strong, but they're not, like, broken or anything. Yeah, they're good. What would you say? One sec. Let me just get this set up, and then I'll take some of these, chat with you guys a little bit. Just got to make sure the tournament is all squared away. Okay, so this is going to be, got to replace this. Fix this matchup. You play Tim. All right, so Dustman qualified. Very nice. What would you say your favorite faction that it's been implemented outside of the Empire? I love the thematics of Kislev. Plus, I'm married to a Polish woman, so if I don't like Kislev, you know, I'm in danger. I love the Bretonian aesthetic. I love Dwarf aesthetic as well. You know, those are factions that I would want to jam. Oh, Hadri's. Honestly, You remember in the previous patch, we were training Warriors of Chaos a little bit versus Bretonia, and there was some techs we had success with. And now that there's been nerfs to the Grail Reliques and the infantry, it could be better for Chaos Adries. You gotta believe in yourself, dude. All right, like I go into every game with the idea that I can win, but you know, obviously it's often not true. But you gotta believe in yourself. It's the first step. Tim the Wilder and Hadries versus True Bretonian. I don't know how to type his name in the Korean language there, so we're gonna just suffer. All right, all right. I am married to a Kistelbite, yes. Yeah, Bretonia feels good. They feel good. And also they got nerfed on a lot of the other departments too, so that's nice. Yeah, I don't mind playing Bretonia at all. I think it's very fun. Honestly, with Coast, I would have loved to have played Bretonia tonight. Queen Bess just killing all the peasant archers, handguns shooting the cav. It's a lot of fun. Oh, dude, I'm so excited for the Empire Dwarf DLC. I'm so excited. Oh. Yeah, the Kislev player had to drop. I mean, where he's playing, it's like 6 a.m., so, I don't know what Tim's playing. Let's see. All right, we'll cast Tim's game. Actually, we'll do Hadri's game with the True Bretonian. Chaos vs. Bretonia is kind of fun. I want to see how this looks after the changes. So Hadri's needs to do spec slot, and Imp True Bret. It's not just a Bretonia; it's a Bretonian main. I got to get back to playing Nurgle too. Nurgle is so fun. Yeah, you had a good game, Bob. Nice, nice. Okay. Let's see what we got here. No problem. So he's hunting down the True Bretonian. And Dustman and Tim, go ahead and play. While other. Go ahead and play now. Okay, perfect. Yeah, if he lags, well, Hadri's is saying they lag a little bit, so maybe we will do the other side. I can cast other game. Yeah, Hadri's is saying him and True Bretonian lag, so I'm gonna cast the other game just to be safe. Let me DM Tim. Get him here, ready to go. I'll cast your game actually. Code please. Here we go. I think what else could get another DLC? I mean, I do think that despite some of the fear that this game would be, you know, quote unquote 3 kingdomed, I think that I think CA is going to support this game up until 2025. Like, I think we'll get pretty consistent DLC support all of next year, 2024, and I think we'll get it through some of 2025, and then it'll start to taper off towards the end of 2025. That would be my guess. That would be my guess. And then there'll be a couple little things here and there, but they'll be on to their next big jams by then. Yeah. Hopefully they learn their lesson with like haggard games like Hyenas and shit, and we can start getting a focus on proper Total War games. All right, so let me do this. No. Oh, what's the name of his lobby? Yeah, DLC support at what cost? I know, it's going to be like $50 for a DLC. Okay, no response from the hosts. God, Total War's lobby system is such a jank too. It's so haggard. Okay, let's go see if this is it. I do think we're going to get 40k, guys. Why wouldn't we? Oh, Bretonia. Somebody in chat wanted lizards. And by the way, Tim the Wilder is straight up one of the best Lizardmen players out there. He is very stressful to play against with his dinos. So, yeah, man, that's it. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. All right, so we're on Lizardmen versus Skaven. Oh, we got some rats up in this game, dude. Hell yeah, sign me up. All right, I'm gonna go get my water, and then we'll go from there. We'll go from there. All right, guys, I'm back. Thank you, Ketonis, for the donation. Is that you, Keaton? Is that my brother, Keaton? I have a brother named Keaton. I'm not sure if it's you. Thank you so much for the tenor. Greatly appreciate it. Haggard is one of my favorite words to describe things after watching this. Yeah, it's weird how your vocabulary can really be altered by that type of stuff, right? Yeah, there's a couple folks I watched back in the day, and I started to kind of incorporate stuff. Yeah, I think one of the funniest ones is I used to watch Winter's SEO a lot. He's like a tabletop bat report channel. He's such a cool dude. And he would do these battle reports, and he's from the UK, so he would say, we will say while, and he'll say whilst, and I started to like mix that in, and people were like, why are you saying it like that? Here I was like, I was listening to him so much that it's kind of a trippy thing. I got weirded out there. My name is also Keaton. Yeah, I have two brothers and a sister. One of them is named one of my brothers is named Keaton as well. Dreaded is a really funny one though. Like even people who don't haven't heard it before used like that frequently. Most of my people I've met find it funny if you use it in the right context. Yeah. Dude, look how many Keatons there are in chat, dude. The Dread Legion rises. Yes. So Lizardmen vs. Skaven, a classic Warhammer 2 matchup on the Twilight Forest, which is a new map. I really, really am curious what this Skaven player is going to bring. As a matter of fact, I'm so curious. I'm going to take a peek at his army here and see what we got. All right, it's some rodents. I'll tell you that much. There are some rat people in that build. Some hairy rats. Going to be on their way out. Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. All right, guys, loading in here. We got the old Slan Mage versus the Skaven Unsummoned Lord, the classic. The classic. CA has literally been telling me in our communications with them for the past like 2 patches that they're going to fix the Skaven Unsummoned bug. And they forget every single time. And then I mention it again. They're like, oh shit, we forgot. We'll get it in the next patch. And then it just doesn't happen. At this point, I'm kind of just like, well, I guess it is what it is. It is what it is. But that's, a pretty cool rat build. We got some Jezzails, a bunch of clan rats, and a Plague Priest, most likely on a Furnace for the Mortis engine. Could be on foot, too. I'm trying to do the quick math in my head, but it looks like that's going to be the case as well. Oh, dude, Goji, 40k balance is awful. I legit stopped playing Warhammer 40k until they balanced the game. It is so terrible. Eldaria just crush everyone. It is not even fun to play, especially if you're Death Guard, because they're just awful. But, yeah. They'll get it in the next patch. They will. So this is the Twilight Forest, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Waka Waka, one of our glorious map makers, bringing it to us live with these new maps. I'm going to be announcing a Halloween map making contest very soon. So we'll have that finish on Halloween, and then we'll probably have some sort of a Halloween Day tournament. All sorts of fun stuff like that. All sorts of fun stuff like that. Lizards looks like they had an Ancient Salamander. Ancient Salamander, of course, is nice for bombarding pockets of infantry. So if there's clan rats, you can use a little salamander flamethrower attack and melt them down. Looks like some dreaded loading time as well. And yeah, man. The good times are upon us. Rats going to be spawning on the southern side of the map, or northern side it looks like. Yes, so Lizardmen are here with their Ancient Salamander. This thing. Pretty cool. It does cause terror as well, so even when it runs out of ammo, you can maneuver between points and rear charge rat formations and potentially break their leadership, which is cool. And for the rest of the army, we got Saurus Warriors into the sunset, and they're very good against Skaven. Of course, their shields help against the poke and the pebbles, and their clubs are very good at just basically taking clan rats down. So Kroxigor is also making a bit of a comeback. A couple patches ago, they got buffed. Kroxigors used to have 26 and 26 for their primary stats, so it was pretty damn low for their price point, but they got buffed up to 30 and 32, so that's a really substantial buff over the course of a couple patches. So yeah, fun times, man. For the rats on the other side, what is it going to be? The big stink? It's going to be Dustman with Skaven Slave front line, backed up by clan rats and ogres. Ogres are an excellent counter against Kroxigors. They tend to trade very well in that situation from a price perspective, so I like that quite a bit. And on the backside, we got a Plague Priest on foot, and he has Plague and Vermintide. So he's going to be dropping some big stinky spells. And yeah, just, being stinky, being gross, doing all the things that rats love to do. And Chieftain, of course, for the power grab. And that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. So on the subject, you guys are talking about Warhammer 40k balance. Yes, 40k is never really balanced, but there have been times in 40k where you can track the win rates between like 40 and 60%. where it's not egregious. But now you have factions sitting at 70, 80, potentially 90% in a lot of tournaments. Like a major tournament, I think 7 out of the 10 players who finished at a huge event were all the same faction doing the exact same build. It's just like awful. Game sounds off? Let's see. Let's go listen to our rat people. Nope, it's back on now. I think we're good. All right. It's a little bit quiet. It was a little bit quiet for sure. And on the other side, looks like Tim the Wilder. His playstyle, typically, he likes to kite a lot. But kiting Skaven isn't like super effective. They could just throw their crappy Skaven slaves and eat the ammunition all day. And like your darts that you shoot from your skink skirmishers are just not even worth like the damage they do to the Skaven slave, right? You want to be shooting at least a clan rat. And clan rats themselves are often shielded too. So it's Skaven can absorb skirmishing, I would say, very, very effectively. So the battle's going to be opening up here in the semifinals. And we do see the Lizardmen moving up to the high ground. Tim going to be grabbing the points here. We got the 2 skink skirmishers getting ready to party. And over here, yeah, Saurus Warriors hustling, and it looks like Tim could go for a triple cap push. Although the rats are going to probably just move up towards objective 3. This map is really cool. I love the hills, actually. Like, you don't often get hills incorporated, but in this situation, I think it's really cool. I think it's a neat one. And the rats are being very conservative, just sitting back here. No, they're moving. Okay. I thought they were just going to sit in their little rat's nest in the corner and not move out. But what could you do here? You could do some nice Globadeer pushing. Get globes and kind of push down the hill and try and move towards objective 2 over time. Catapults, of course, would be happy here too. A single Plague Claw catapult in the back just bombarding Saurus Warriors is always, I would say, very, very cost effective. I think the rats are just walking. That's why it's so slow. Yeah, they're just walking. So they're emerging from the forest. And I mean, look, dude, look how good this map is. Look how cool that aesthetic is. Like, this is a community-made map that blows any CA map straight out of the water. Like, straight out of the water. It is so cool. The aesthetic, the functionality, the playability of it. It's just, a lot of things are just way better. Plague Claw catapults hustling. Going to start nuking at these Saurus Warriors, I would wager. Lizardmen do have some tools for diving artillery, but the thing is, Skaven can call in Rattling Gunners and also Wolf Rats and, Ogres to defend those artillery pieces. So they have things to defend their artillery with. Here we have Jezzails shooting through the tree line, so the Jezzails popping through the forest and shooting into the Salamander. Tim the Wilder's got really good Salamander micro. First shot moving in, and it is going to be a direct hit on these rats, leaving a lot of these guys in the, in the pits. How many rats did that take out? That's sure a hell of a lot. Jeez, that actually took out 18 clan rats with one shot. Salamander's probably very happy with himself. Juking the shots, and the Salamander is going to be even better on this map as well. You can come down and under and just shoot up and over this hill because they have really like healthy arcs of fire. You don't need that like direct line of sight to really get it done. So that's pretty rad for sure. So here come ye old rat legions. The big stinky is on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, maps typically should be, symmetrical to like the distance. It should be equidistant from your spawn points. Each player should have a similar amount of cover. Because if you don't do that, then one player is going to have an advantage. And it's just based on the map, which is not fair for competitive play. So, yes. The rats have a lot of stuff, though, dude. Holy shit. I mean, honestly, this could be a little bit hard for Tim to push off. What Tim really, he likes to play like cautiously and build up a huge force and then alpha strike, which against Skaven makes sense. Looks like on the backside, we do get Saurus Warriors, most likely going to be moving around the side and looking to push. But so far, he's just going to let the rats have the 2 objectives. I mean, that's not going to be easy to get these little rodents off the point. There's a hell of a lot of those guys. Dino's moving up now. Ancient Salamander is getting ready to poke once again. And he's just going to spam out Croxagors. Yeah, Croxagors and Saurus Warriors. I mean, they can bash things. I mean, Saurus Warriors, with their 52 weapon strength, these bad boys, these 8-foot-tall jacked lizard people, they can take Croxagors to the club pretty hard, actually. Not Croxagors, Rat Ogres, if they're able to get them in sustained combat. So it's really not bad at all. So what are the rats calling in? We get more Skaven Slave Spears and more Skaven Slaves. The Catapult's going to be getting in position to start nuking the Saurus Warriors. Now Tim the Wilder is going to be sounding the horn of the, not the Wild Hunt so much, but of the dinos to move in. But yeah, he's taking his sweet time. He's really going to build up, which I'm fine with. I'm happy to just chill here and chat with you guys for the next couple minutes and see what happens. My wife made some delicious food. Oh my God, I can smell it from the kitchen. It's pure, it's just suffering knowing it's there, just, it's rough. Yeah, Tim plays very cautiously. If he doesn't think he can just overwhelm you with the rush, he's going to sit back, build up more units, and then he's going to rush you with whatever he can. But this Skaven army seems pretty durable against the rush. I mean, it has a lot of layers of units. Here we have the Jezzails up on the high ground, the Natty Boobos, which are just an awesome unit. Those little rats able to rip some shots downtown at the Salamander and Did some good damage, actually. That Sally is under fire, and it is on the run. Skink cohorts are the call-in. Tim probably just going to try and overwhelm the middle objective, and you can take your time, of course. But, every second your opponent is going to be getting a little bit more of a lead. But Tim will usually attack to make sure he has enough time to get the objective to win on 2 objectives, right? So that is going to be it. Dude, I'm so excited for the next patch too, man. Oh, the Empire. They'll finally make Karl Franz decent. The fact that he has around 5,500 HP is so haggard. Like a Slan Mage of Life, this like gelatinous, like just this thing has like almost 2,000 more HP than Karl Franz. That is so stupid. Deathclaw in tabletop is a monstrous beast, which has way more HP wounds than a Slan has. I don't know how they like evaluate the HP on units. They should be taking it from tabletop and just doing percentage based on the wounds they had in tabletop, but it's just the weirdest shit, man. There's a lot of units like that. I know I just make the Karl Franz joke a lot of the time because he's my favorite, but yeah, he's probably going to get fixed up in the next patch here. So Natty Bubo's on the way back. They're going to be retreating. The Blood Statuette doing a little bit of damage against them. Kroxigor slamming into the objective. So now it is paddling time. So there's going to be some big paddles going down. And yeah, these Skaven slaves, that's what they signed up for, I suppose it's better than just, starving in the Warrens. At least in this case, they get to, meet a quick end here and have a little bit of fun while they're at it. Although I suppose the word fun is subjective in that situation. Over on the high ground, it looks like these Saurus are advancing up the hill, Saurus warriors into the Skaven slaves, and there's going to be a big banishment going down, it looks like, which is going to do some okay damage, depending on which direction it goes, but it looks like it does take a nice little spin there, pulls in those teeth breakers, and these are the rattling guns. Okay, so these rattling guns, guys, are going to be just unleashing huge Daka into the Ancient Salamander. And we saw this the other night where Tim the Wilder lost his Salamander early in the game in the grand finals of our tournament. But in this case, it looks like the Ancient Sally just gets absolutely machine gunned at full ammo. That is brutal. That is an absolutely disastrous situation here. So the rats are holding the high ground pretty well. We get Rat Ogres versus Kroxigors and Skaven Slave Spheres, just layers and layers. It seems like Dustman is really good at layering his units. So the Rattling Gunners nuking down that Ancient Salamander is a huge win. Meanwhile, Plague going down from the Skaven, spreading Plague amongst the fellow clan rats. Skrull having a little bit of a party here as well. Wolf Rats pull around the back, and it looks like he's doing a bit of a rear charge with Wolf Rats. It reminds me of that Karl Franz meme video where it's like, when you surround Saurus, you're just letting them fight from more directions, but potentially going to be able to break the Saurus position. No, definitely not. These are just Skaven slaves. But yeah, the Rats holding on to the middle don't look too threatened here. As far as his high ground position goes, we do see Pterodon Riders moving in, and then Natty Bubo Sharpshooters do get taken out. And Tim the Wilder with a beautiful comeback here. He moves in, he gets his Pterodon Riders, he drops a rock on the Teeth Breakers, and then swoops in to finish them off. Wolf Rats, of course, will be a decent peeling piece. They'll do good damage against the 15 armor and relatively low melee defense of the Pterodon Riders, but shutting down those weapons teams is very, very good indeed. Now, up on the high ground objective, just swaths of rats fighting on the point. Looks like the Toad is going to be moving in. Middle objective still owned by the Skaven, and I actually would like it if the Skaven sent like a single Clan Rat Sphere up to objective 1, just to kind of force the Lizards to respect that, and they seem to have enough units to do it. Looking at the value, we do see the Skaven are up a little bit. And honestly, the old Lizardmen don't seem to be having a good time in the middle. The rat hordes are just holding them back. Just waves and waves of rats. The Rat Ogres here. We do have the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, which have respectable combat stats in there. They're still confident. And yeah, the Lizards are kind of buckling in the middle objective and are being overwhelmed by the rats. Now, the high ground is what's really in flux. We do see the capture weight on this objective going back and forth and back and forth. But the Skaven do have a decent amount of respectable firepower back here. I suppose I shouldn't call Skaven Slave Pebbles respectable, but those bad boys, they're actually Night Runners, okay. So double Night Runner Slingers peppering away, and also the Catapult's back online, more Clan Rats are being summoned in, and now the Skaven, yeah, I like this play a lot. This is going to be really good. He just attaches 2 Skaven Slaves and some Wolf Rats, and that's going to be probably between all of them around 5 capture weight, which is the amount of capture weight an infantry unit has, and he's going to be able to wrestle that objective there. So down here, Saurus Warrior still trying to get through. Tim the Wilder calling in his poke, so now we see Tim responding with a bunch of skink skirmishers, which is smart. They're going to be incredibly effective against the Rat Ogres, or the Rat Ogres as we like to call them there. So they're getting it done. Here on the other side, Feral Cold One's going to be hustling up the hill, and now Tim the Wilder, he may be flipping this high ground objective. It looks like it is in the clutches of the Lizards. Will the Rats be able to fight their way back? Skaven Slaves holding back the tide of Kroxigors and Saurus, and there is a bit of an issue for the Skaven here that these Plague Claw Catapults could soon be compromised as well. Nice banishment by Tim the Wilder. Really, really slapping the base here on these Skaven Slaves. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a battle on our hands. The Rats able to ninja the far side point. Little Wolf Rats diving into the backfield. They should have stayed on the point, though. to maintain the capping, get that a little bit quicker. Skaven anchoring down on the center. It looks like their route ogres were able to get the job done. Sorry about the lag, guys. I think one of the players does have some lag. It's probably Dustman. I know he said he was lagging in the last game too. I think so. Hopefully it will subside and get it done. A Plague Claw Catapult crew has been forced to retreat, which is really bad. Oh, the Salamander's back. She didn't hear no bell, baby. Oh yeah, dude. That Salamander's so cool. So the fact that this thing lives, see what I'm saying about it still being a disruptive, terror-causing monster? This man's back, and he's pissed, and he's routing off these guys. Feral Cold One sweeping in, and Skaven get completely rolled up on the high ground objective. So the Lizards were able to just swarm through and crush the entire Skaven firing position. High ground objective taken by the Rats, so the Rats do manage to maintain the double cap. So Rats will probably be reinforcing from this side of the battlefield right now, I would wager, because they are completely folded up here. Like, I see all the artillery running, the weapons teams running. There's Pterodons chasing, and these clan rats, they need to find a way to get to the middle objective. Because Tim the Wilder has a party train coming down here. He's got his Saurus warriors, and they're moving, they're grooving, and they're pissed, baby. They're going to be heading for objective 2. And the rats do have good fighting power there, though. They got the Plague Priest, who, of course, can keep casting those sweet vortexes up to only 600 value, actually. And the Chieftain and the Rat Ogres are nearby as well. Ah, yes, the dreaded Total War lag. It wouldn't be a Total War tournament without a little bit of miserable lag. It's truly the defining experience of our existence here. Plague Claw Catapult crew still being chased down by the Ancient Salamander. It would be really strong if Dustman could get some Rat Ogres and take down the Sally and then get that Catapult back online. But I do think Tim the Wilder is probably going to find a way to win this. It's just got all these Saurus warriors, and the Rats weapon teams are offline. They're really just sending in Clan Rats now to fight, which isn't going to be that powerful. But I have to say, this has been a really good performance by Dustman, because Tim the Wilder is no slouch, dude. He is a top tier menace, to say the least. So here comes Clan Rats heading onto the middle point. Croxagors and Ripperdactyls shredding away. The Rats do have a lot of cap weight here, but the Slan is going to be a big difference maker. Chieftain and Ogres heading back. High ground objective not under any threat. It looks like the Rats are just going to simply kind of hang out on this point, and most of the pressure is just going to be a huge collapse on top of objective number 2 here. But Dustman is not quite in a situation to win on one objective, you know, and even still, that would be a long time to hold there. We do see an Awakening of the Wood, that's what she said, going down, triggering the Lifeblood passive, right? So that's going to be healing the entire army there. As Tim the Wilder's Slan moves into party, we do see the Saurus warriors coming from all sides. And up on the high ground, it looks like the Lizardmen Saurus are going to be able to hold that down as the Pterodon Riders continue swooping and cleaning up any rats who are feeling brave enough to come back. Feral Cold One's also doing it, but the Skaven do have a couple units making their way back. Could they threaten that point? We'll have to keep tabs on that one. In the middle, the Rat Tide is holding firm for now, but the Croxagors are eventually going to spank them off the point with their big old paddles. High ground, no threats here. Dinos, oh, never mind. Speaking of threats, a single just tattered unit of Saurus warriors. I mean, they're going to give the business to these Skaven slaves, even in their very beleaguered state of only having 42 models. So yeah, it's a bit of a scary one for the Rats. They're going to need to reinforce that. Maybe some Wolf Rats up there to nibble on those guys while the Skaven slaves. Oh, there's Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, though. They would probably have a chance of winning that. Middle objective starting to flip. Rats, are they playing the high ground point? We do see Skaven slaves and Clan Rats moving up, but the Feral Cold Ones, as well as these Skink Cohort Javelins, seem to be holding those bad boys down here. So they're doing it. About to hit 1,000 points are the Rats. The Rats are holding on to 2 points pretty valiantly, but the sustained DPS of the Lizardmen front line, which is, you know, mostly Saurus and Croxagors, is way better than the Clan Rats, who have no support anymore. There's no Ogres, there's no Catapults, there's no weapon teams, no Jezzails, Rattling Gunners, whatever. None of that is around anymore. So this is going to be Gotham's reckoning. They're going to be paying the price here a little bit, to say the least. Saurus Warriors here probably lose in a 2v1 versus those Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, but the middle objective has flipped. Dustman, though, some nice scrappiness here. We get some Clan Rats over and does start to flip the objective, but I think the Saurus and the Pterodons will be able to clear off those Rattos. And do the Rats have anything else coming in? Okay, call-in from Dustman in the back is going to be some machine guns. So he does call in the dreaded Teethbreakers Rattling Gunners, and they do a little bit of tertiary damage against the Salamander, but at the end of the day, the Sally still was able to get his job done and tear out a lot of the units. And on the top side, it looks like the Lizards are going to get some Ripperdactyls in there. Oh, dude, it's Ripperdactyl in time. Oh, yeah, it's going to be brutal. These Rats, just no hope whatsoever. And Tim the Wilder showing why he's one of the strongest players in the entire world. A start that might have looked a little bit scary, but he kept his calm. He found a way to get into the Rat cookie jar, and his Saurus just kind of grinded that game out and got him that really, really good sustainable value that he was looking for. Because now the Rats are going to get folded up on this back point, too. Tim's going to move Croxagors and Ripperdactyls over here, so that's going to be the Troll Toll being paid. And up on the high ground objective, let's see what that looks like. Okay. Rats still trying. Ogres on their way up. We do have a point advantage for the Rats. I mean, they're closing in on 1,100 points here. But it looks like the clan Rats there that were providing the capture weight were dominated by the Saurus Warriors. And now the Ogres are going to be overwhelmed also. More Rats pouring up from every direction. Couple little Skavens still fighting here. Clan Rats and Chieftain. The Rats on the top objective being taken down by the Dinosaurs. And we do see the objective starting to flip here. And that is going to be GG well played, I think. Tim's up in value, and Tim has healing too. And the Rats don't have any form of healing, so... Yeah, man, GG. It's a fun matchup. You know, back in the day, we used to see Rats using their Globadier units until they got nerfed. Globadiers were grossly overpowered, but I wonder if they still have a place or if they're just terrible, you know? I wonder. It'll be interesting to see what Skaven players start doing once the power grab eventually gets fixed by CA in 2028. But, yeah, I'll be curious to see. Yeah, so he might scrap a little bit longer, but Tim is just going to triple cap him, and he's going to be able to hold these. The Rats are behind. They're not going to be able to muster enough of stopping power to really get up on the objectives and win those points, right? Clan Rats hustling here, but several just jacked Saurus Warriors are on their way. And those dudes are going to be moving up. Here they come, hustling as the Rout Ogres maneuver down from the low ground and just start to smash the Saurus Warriors. But not going to be enough. We have some water here real quick. Yeah, it's a cool map. It's a really, really neat one. One of the new ones in our map pack. It's a beauty. Looking at the points, Tim is getting 3 points per second at the moment. Or do the Rats still own a point? They do still own a point, actually. It looks like it's going to be flipping to the Saurus Warriors in just a second. So it's going to be 3 victory tickets per second. Looks like the other side of the game did finish between Hadri's and the Turbertonian. You have to let me know how that game goes, Hadri's. I'm genuinely curious about your build. Warriors of Chaos are such a fun faction to play, dude. I just love playing them. They're cool. Like all the characters and heroes and stalwart infantry and the fact that you can bring marks from different Chaos gods. It really makes for a pretty damn fun experience. Looks like the Rats got a little bit of cap weight there for a moment, but that's going to be changed when Tim just moves these guys up on the objective and gets that cap weight. That's really what's making Lizardmen very strong, is the fact that their skink cohorts don't have expendable capture weight. They're not counted as expendable, even though they're so cheap. So that's really one of the big things that kind of keeps them in the meta. Looks like the Rats are going to be swarming on the center. We do see a lot of Clan Rats. I mean, man, it's impressive how well he's scrapping, man. If you could find some way to get a couple objectives, but I mean, he is just hemorrhaging points right now. Tim the Wilder just going hard here, going absolutely hard. Just gonna call it hacks. Yeah, there you go. The dreaded Lizardman hacks. So Teethbreakers once again are on the run, hustling for the hills. Rout Ogres being called in from the reserve to screen out these guys and start punching them in the face. And, you know, they'll definitely be able to put some hurt on them. But yeah, the Teethbreakers are still so far away from making a difference in the battle. In the middle, the Rats look like they try to get some momentum going, as I believe one of the Rat characters was hunted here. Okay. So the Chieftain actually broke in, which means that if he dies, Power Grab is gone. So the entire Skaven army is going to be losing leadership. So, yeah, you liked it. You'll like it. Use a lot of the tech we practice. I told you, Hadri's. I told you could do it. I believed. You know, I know there's some cool stuff Warriors of Chaos can do. Did you do the double Shaggoth build? Because I felt like that was pretty menacing for sure. GG, well played. Tim the Wilder calls the W. All right. Grand Finals is going to be Tim versus Hadri's. This is a really fun matchup. Lizardmen versus Warriors of Chaos is incredibly fun. I really like that one. Although, I don't know. Hadri's may have still lost. He hasn't said if he won yet, but I presume he did by the message he typed, so. Cool. All right. Outstanding. Looking here. Croc scores with their spanking paddles. Not doing bad. It was a good initial hold for the Skaven army, but when they lost their DPS pieces, they just started to flip there. So GG, really well played to Dustman. He played a great game. Tim the Wilder getting the dub. And now I'm going to make a lobby here for the Grand Finals. Turin Finals. So Tim and Hadri's, if you guys wouldn't mind joining this lobby, that would be greatly appreciated. And we'll get them in here. Storm Vermin are interesting. I don't think they'd be that good. But maybe. Maybe against that style of play. All right, cool. So lobby is up, and the map for the Grand Finals is going to be Glade of the Everqueen. Yeah, it's classic. It's a classic map. Glade of the Everqueen is all set up, and now we'll get this one going. Okay. Go to the other tournament. Got to finalize that real quick. This is going to be a fun one. I believe this is a rematch from the other night. I think Hadri's and Tim played in the Grand Finals the other night. And Hadri's ended up beating Tim's Lizardman with Kislev. So, yeah, now we got some wild times. Some wild times here. Everybody report their score. It looks like it. Yep. Finalized tournament. And there they go. SARs are really good at clearing chaff. Yeah, they hit very... I mean, they have 50 plus weapon strength. It's almost like Forsaken level DPS, if you look at it. You know, it's very good. We got a couple tournaments coming up tomorrow, I think. So let's go take a look here and see. So this is the Tuesday night SFT. And then on the 8th is the next scheduled tournament. So that is a couple days from now. Okay. I'm sure somebody will host something between then and now. We also have a 2v2 tournament going down, which is kind of fun. And then a tournament here being hosted. I don't know if anybody signed up for this yet. Does it have any special rules? Let's see what this looks like. Oh, it stretches over 2 days. Interesting. Interesting. That's a big commitment. Certainly hard to get people to sign up for 2-day events. It really is. All right. So where are we at? Warriors of Chaos versus Lizardmen. I love this matchup. I did play. I did not win a lot of my games, but we were playing Vampire Coast, so this is like really my first time getting into him in a tournament. And we got crushed by Cathay, absolutely crushed. And then we got a bye round, and then we had an extremely close game versus the Greenskins against one of the best players in the world and just barely lost it. It was a good match. And then we defeated a very good Dwarf player in the final game. So overall, I would say it was a good learning experience. I've learned against like Cathay type, like Crowmen, you just can't, you have to go melee rush against them. Ogres are just way stronger than every other faction. So in a format where you can't pick and ban and pick a faction that can actually play against ogres, you definitely can suffer. But I'm just testing the waters. I might let the ogres back for the next event, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah. I might try Chaos Dwarfs next time. I feel like I want to play another underdog. Chaos Dwarfs are in the pits of hell right now. And we all knew that was going to happen. They were relying on bugged units. And they were also relying on bugged capture weight. Because their laborers, which are expendable chaff units, had full cap weight. Like, Chaos Dwarfs are at 35%, which is pretty rough. Nurgle will come back up. People just aren't playing them like good players aren't playing. The Empire has tanked into the pits. They're at 39%. I have to come back and rescue the Empire one of these streams. We'll do that. What you were feeling when you were approaching 30? I was very happy, honestly. You know, I had gotten my wife to move out to the United States from Europe, and having a lot of fun doing the channel stuff. I mean, everything was good. Yeah, 5 years ago, what, 2018? Yeah, it's good times, man. Soul Stealer would like to have a talk. I know. Soul Stealer is such a good spell. It's so good. All right, looks like Hadri's is ready. I think I know what Hadri's is going to bring. Let me go here and see so I can look at their builds. Oh, okay. It's pretty cool. Old Tim the Wilder. Old Tim. The nice builds also. Cool. What else do we got here? A couple of those bad boys. All right. Yeah, and also we have the Mutalith Beast now, which is potentially decent against dinos, right? If they don't have a lot of skinks, the Mutalith Beast can do work, but I don't know. A little bit risky against all the poke. Could be good. Could be good. Could be fun indeed. Need a free-for-all with Turin. Falcon, I don't know if he plays anymore. I think he casually does land battles and stuff. But yeah, I think his time of playing competitive is over. You know, there's very few people who've like played that long. Let's see. We actually have the data in front of us, right? Let's go to news. So if we go to the Hall of Fames, right? Like, let's just look at Warhammer 2 Hall of Fame. Falcon Zyphos. So Flying Taco played tonight. So he's a top tier player. He was the grand champion of the most competitive Total War Warhammer 2 league we had, the ECL. So Taco won that. Void Laws, of course, played until recently, but then he got caught cheating, so he doesn't play in our tournaments anymore. But Flying Taco, yeah. Here's the thing with Everchosens. The first Everchosen was not competitive at all. The second one was slightly more competitive. The first one is basically just a showcase where we invited people we knew personally. So I'm trying to think like the competitive integrity of the early Everchosens, not as much. Yeah, none of these guys really play anymore. For Faction Wars, we see Anticity pretty much quit. He comes back every now and then. Vicious Tatsuma, I think, still plays land battles. So really, Hadri's also won several. Hadri's is definitely one who's been around and been winning a long time. You can see he won several Faction Wars. 1, 2, Yeah, with Skaven. 3. He won 3 big faction wars with Skaven, which is awesome. We go to Warhammer 3. You know, people come and go. You know, it's just how it is. So we had Void Lulls win the first 2 seasons, aka Evenstar or, you know, Ark in the Black, any number of those guys. Who knows who was actually who. Houseplant has been one of the GOATs for sure for Warhammer 3. Void Lulls was a tyrant in the beginning, and he was basically crushing everyone because honestly, he didn't need to smurf and cheat. He was one of the best players of all time. Like, he probably was the best in Warhammer 3 until he stopped playing, or we disallowed him from playing at events. It's a shame because he's so good, but, you know, smurfing is cheating for sure. Yeah, because what he got in trouble for was he made several accounts, okay, and got them to the top of the leaderboard. Void Lulls was his account, Moffat was his account, and he was also playing under Evenstar, if I'm not mistaken, too. I don't really know all the details. And then when you have a money tournament, he gets 3 accounts into a tournament, and then he has like 3 chances to win big prize money in the grand finals. And by big prize money, I mean like $500. It's 100% cheating. Yeah. But yeah, Houseplant has definitely been one of the GOATs also, because, you know, he obviously doesn't cheat. So, yeah, Houseplant's been really crushing it. We'll have another faction war again soon. But yeah, it's been good, man. It's been good. I don't know. I don't remember seeing Houseplant winning big tournaments in Warhammer 2 a lot. Maybe he did win a couple. He was very good. I'm sure he was good. But Warhammer 2 was pretty... Falcon had a time where he was like Mike Tyson. And then towards the end, he started to, you know, not take competitive as seriously and started to transition away. Yeah. How is he juggling all that in one tournament? Smurfing on 3 accounts. So he would qualify 3 accounts, and then he would, this is what I don't know all the details, but this is what I suspect. He would get 3 accounts in, and then he has friends who play the game who are also very good, and they would all play. And let's say that he lost on one account, he would then just kick one of his friends off and take over that account and basically play on that one too. And he was such a good player that, you know, if you give him multiple chances, it's tough. Yeah. Well, what I noticed is a lot of the cheaters stopped playing when I took prize support out of regular tournaments. Because I used to put $25 to $50 prizes for every single tournament. And now I moved all the prize money to the grand finals. So you have to put in a whole season of effort to qualify for the grand finals, which is where all the prize money is now. So that got rid of a lot of the cheaters. So yeah. That was that. That was that indeed. Warriors of Chaos and Lizardmen. The time is now. Let's get it, baby. Yeah, I mean, that happens in, you know, even Age of Empires 4 has had some cheating scandals. Like, there was a guy who was knew the map seeds before they were playing and knew we're all like using map hacks, and, you know, there's all sorts of stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. Falcon winning some tournament finals with Meme. Yeah, Falcon could win with memes. He came into the Everchosen and defeated Tlaxel and Toothsayer, who's one of the all-time Warhammer GOATs, with a Dread Saurian when they were terrible. Yeah. Yeah, moving the prize money to the grand finals has been better. Because, you know, we're going to have, for this season finals, which is on the 16th of September, it's on Saturday if you guys want to, you know, keep notes of it. We have a really good run of players. It'll probably be between $500 and $1,000. If anybody's interested in helping out with sponsorships too, feel free to hit me up. But yeah, overall, I'm going to be putting in about between $500 to $1,000 of my own money for the grand finals, which will be a lot of fun. How many people are in every time I check Land Battle, it's, let's see. How many people are in the active rotation of players? Every time I check the leaderboard, it's 15 guys, but I imagine it's, oh yeah. If you go to the leaderboard itself, you can scroll down. I think we've had over 2,000 people sign up on Total Tavern, but people come and go. There's a lot of accounts that are inactive. People aren't playing anymore, right? But yeah, it's cool. Houseplant's he's a top tier player. He plays very meta and he doesn't make mistakes. He rarely makes mistakes. The only player, there's a couple, he almost lost the series to Housecat. Housecat and him went to game 5 in the last season finals, and it was super close. That was a really good series. Housecat of War is really good too. He often meets Houseplant in the finals. When Void Lulls used to play, before, you know, he stopped playing, he was beating Houseplant back then. His Void Lulls micro is insane. It's unrivaled. It's so insanely good. And his builds were just nasty too, like really thought out. But yeah, you know, gets an asterisk next to his name for cheating. All right, guys, looking at the Dark Lord Hadries, he does have Festus the Leech Lord and a Slaanesh Lord. Is that a Slaaneshi Lord? What is this? With Festus also. Okay. So he has Festus the Leech Lord, who only has the Stream of Corruption and his auras. And then we have a Slaanesh caster, which is a cool tech because of the spam and the Blissful Rapture to buff your entire army stats, who's going to be using Pavane of Slaanesh to rampage Lizardmen, probably cav units or monsters, and Lash of Slaanesh as well. Okay. That's pretty impressive. For the rest of the army, Hadri's coming in with Chosen. Hell yeah, dude. Some of the coolest units in all of Warhammer Fantasy. We got Chosen, we got Chaos Warriors. Chaos Warrior Halberds are a really nice choice because they can defeat or at least hold their own against Saurus, and they're good against Feral Cold Ones and other units like that in Crocscore. So yeah, I like this build a lot. I think it's very cool from Hadri's. I'm curious to see what he's going to be calling in after this is done. For the rest of the army here, and Tim the Wilder, looking to get vengeance. Tim, of course, did just barely lose the last SFT against Hadri's, and he is back for blood, baby. He's going to be trying to get a W for RTK here tonight as he comes in with the Slan Mage of Life. So Slan Mage ready to go with Earthblood. Wide Saurus army, a couple Skink Skirmishers up in the front, and an Ancient Salamander. It seems like this is really his favorite. Yeah, he loves these Ancient Salamanders. Against me the other day, he brought 2 of these bad boys, and they were pretty menacing. They were very annoying to stop. When I was playing, who was I playing that game? Tzeentch, yeah. Because, like, the problem is if you try and shut them down with Tzeentch and go after them with Screamers, they have, like, Skinks and other annoying units in the backfield to kind of poke you down, so. Oh, yeah, baby, let's go. Here in the bushes, we got some Zangors. Hadri's actually using a Chaos Mark to bring a Zangor. Interesting. Because on Warriors of Chaos, they're Mark of Tzeentch, so if you want to bring them, you have to pay a mark, and you only have 4 marks. So it's Festus, it's a Slaanesh caster, it's a Zangor, and I would wager he probably has, like, a Hellstrider of Slaanesh in reserve, like the basic whip variant, which is still pretty good. Looks like Hadri's going to be hustling up to the point. He does have Severed Claw. Severed Claw are an unholy nightmare for Lizardmen to deal with. Just really annoying. They kill Crocsagores. They're super tanky. Festus, though, is going to be able to heal them with the Aura. No fleshy abundance, but it's just time. Let the games begin, brother. Any plans for a CA-sponsored tournament this year? I'm going to message them to see if they want to sponsor the season finals, but yeah, we'll see. We will see if they do. So Severed Claw cruising up. Gonna get blasted by the Ancient Salamander. Here it comes. The Jacka is gonna be going. I love it. He has like the cat animation, like coughing up a furball there. And Severed Claw looks like they dodged it. They just barely dodged a bullet. So I'm sure they're quite happy about that. Now, what are the call-ins gonna be for Hadri's? Is it gonna be the dreaded Chaos Knights? Probably not a good idea against Feral Cold Ones as well as Crocsagores and Cold One Knights. Chaos Knights really don't have that good of a time, but I know Hadri's loves his Chaos Knights. It's one of his favorite things. He too is a Chaos Knight enjoyer. So, you know, you gotta put some respect on that name. Festus hustling towards the objective. We do see the Severed Claw getting ready to move and groove and get in here. I'm getting hit by the Salamander, but they don't care that much. You know, they can just hang out near Festus with his healing aura and regenerate, and their shields absorbed all that damage. They're a low model count unit, so big splash damage isn't going to be as punishing. I do like this from Tim the Wilder as well. So we do have the Razordon hunting packs, and yeah, they could potentially kill Severed Claw if they can get line of sight. I like that tech from Tim. I think it's really nice. It's going to break through their shields, but Festus is going to be able to heal them up, and then he'll just pull back and let those guys heal. And it looks like the Warriors of Chaos are going to call out some Warhounds. Warhounds, of course, are pretty good at hunting down Salamanders. If they can catch them, they can kill them, but easier said than done. So here we get Chaos Warriors and Chosen heading towards objective number 3. Chosen will dominate Saurus Warriors. Absolutely dominate Saurus Warriors. So here it comes. The Chosen heading up to the point here, and on the back objective, we do see objective number 1. Being pressured by the dinos, and Tim is really good at playing the kiting playstyle of Lizardmen, like really, really good. Zangor's absorbing these shots like champions, but now they're going to be susceptible to the Razordon hunting packs as well. That's why if you're playing Chaos against Lizardmen, you should definitely bring Fate Abuna. You typically want to bring Abuna caster because you can one-shot the Razordon packs and prevent this from happening, but we'll see if he's going to be able to endure otherwise. It's not going to be easy. That is for damn sure. So Warhounds push back. Hadri's going to be getting the double cap right out of the gates, using that sweet Nurgle healing to try and mitigate some of the poke coming in. Festus moving up and waddling. Tim has plenty of time, though. You know, we've seen him in the previous games play very cautiously and then move up and poke and go for these big alpha strikes with all of his Crocsagores. Oh, yeah, dude. The big beast is in here. Oh, look at that. Did you guys notice that? Like, when it's walking, it leaves these, like, tentacles in the ground. It, like, mutates the ground behind it. Okay. I gotta say, That's a pretty damn cool touch. That's a really, really nice aesthetic on that. So yeah, the Mutalith Beast is a fat, erect Mortis engine that's going to be able to really just troll. Hadri's using this hill. Dude, Hadri's is such a clinical player. Like, he's using this little hill here to mitigate some of the shooting, and like, yeah, that's really, really good. And Festus just keeping those bad boys healing. And I mean, he really, despite the value difference of about 500, he hasn't even taken any damage really because of the healing that you're getting from your boy. Razordons do have decent arcs of fire, though, shooting up and over, but so far not really getting hit too hard. We do see Zangor's pulling back, and he's using his shields to regenerate, so he's keeping those guys going. More Lizardmen poke is on the way in, but we do see the Mutalith Vortex Beast sitting on the tournament right here, hanging out, and looking to bounce back and forth between the points. Hadri's not going to be extending in and going for a push, which I think is smart, you know, pushing into the Lizardmen objective. I think there will come a time for that, where you want to push into that Dino objective, but now is not the time. So Hounds do get a little bit of a catch here. Those Chaos Warhounds will nibble down some of the Skink Skirmishers, maybe killing a couple models in the process, but nothing too savage. And the Warhounds are just going to get terror routed and push back, and you're probably going to want to retreat here in just a moment. So is Tim going to sound the horn? It looks like he might. We do see Croxgores moving up, so Croxy's getting ready to go. They're clearly going to line up and just, you know, get in formation and then push up towards objective number 1 right there. Over on 3, Dinos do not look like they want to party there because Chosen. There's Chosen, there's Chaos Warriors, and is Hadri's going to actually start pushing this side? Interesting. I don't think so. Maybe the Chosen are going to move up and fight some of the Sars here. We'll have to see. Halberd's moving, and we do have our first engagement, the Chaos Warrior versus the Sars. A pretty fun fight, but overall, Chaos Warriors should dominate this fight. Their armor makes a big difference. It's a long grind, but yeah, the Chaos Warriors should have a slight advantage in this situation. This is a nice play here as well. We do see the Razordons forming ranks and shooting the Chosen in the side. A couple Warhounds for Hadri's trying to find a way through, but the Spears are able to block that gap. And overall, the Mutalith Beast needs to stay away from the Skinks. I think I liked the idea he had before better of having the Mutalith Beast kind of chilling over here on this objective and really anchoring that down. And now we're going to get a Pavane of Slaanesh, which won't do that much damage. If they were more damaged, it would actually rampage them, but they haven't taken enough damage yet, so they're not going to get rampaged. Otherwise, that could have been a really nasty play, and Razordon's just kiting about as the Warhounds pull back. Chosen fighting off the objective, absolutely dominating here, just crushing these Sars Warriors. And here, the Chaos Warriors doing the same thing. But the Chaos Warrior is probably going to be losing this fight simply because of the Croxgores moving in. So look at this. He actually was able to rampage those Sallies. They're rampage for another 10 seconds. So yeah, they might take some damage from the Halberds here. Meanwhile, back on Objective 1, Zangor's holding, Chaos Warrior's moving up, and the Festus Blob is going for blood. And this Festus Blob is going to be nasty. We got Severed Claw getting healed. We have this huge Mortis engine getting healed. And remember, Festus, if he needs to at any point, can turn on the double Mortis engine, which is incredibly gross. So Severed Claw moving into the Salamanders, screening them out a little bit, while the big beastie moves over, terror routes the Sars Warriors, allowing the Halberds to pull back to the point. And the Chosen are trying to hustle back, but they're now being rear charged by Croxagores. Definitely not what they want. Hadri's parking some Warhounds. That's very, very nice, parking the Warhounds on the point to make sure he has some capture weight there. But he's going to need some Halberds, because the Chosen will not have a good time versus Croxagores. He could also move the Mutalith Beast over there, so he could grab this anti-large monster and have it go help out with the Croxagores, which I think would be the play. Armored Chaos Trolls on the way in, a very, very good choice. They're very durable against most of these Dino units. A little bit susceptible to being terror routed, but I do like it. There definitely needs to be some more cap weight holding this objective down. Chaos Warriors and Saurus just juking it out and having the old Duel of Fates here, while the Mutalith Beast is going to be hustling across. The Sorcerer Lord trapped amongst these Saurus Spears, but here comes the Mutalith Beast. Its Mortis engine should start draining here, unless he brought the ROR. No, he didn't. So he has the Aura mutation. So yeah, Saurus going to be taking a fair amount of damage per second. Chosen holding very respectably. Nice Warhound flank. Warhounds charging into the back of the Saurus Warriors. They're Spear variant, so they won't kill the Hounds very quickly. And the Mutalith Beast should be able to help turn the tide of that fight. So Hadri's pulling back to the point, realizing he might need to pull back and defend where he can. Where is the Severed Claw is the question. Looks like the Severed Claw has rotated across here, although I don't see them. There they are. Okay, it was just a little bit of lag going down in this game. It does happen to the best of us. Chaos Warriors with Halberds moving in to the Feral Cold Ones, and here the Severed Claw is going to be moving back to the point, which is going to make it impossible for the Lizardmen to really kill everything on it easily. Armored Chaos Troll is fighting valiantly, but nice heal going down there from the Slant of Life is going to keeping the Sally and the Saurus Warriors fighting. But it looks like Hadri's does stabilize the point, while Tim the Wilder continues putting the pressure on pretty much every front. The Mortis Blob is very nasty, and you have to remember, a lot of the healing is going down here. Festus does drop a nice stream of corruption on the Saurus, and he does have his healing elixir still going. So that Mutalith Beast is going to be able to get in there and start draining. Hadri's parking some Horsemen here to mitigate the capture weight of the Dinos, and the Horsemen will also be pretty good against the Croxagores if they use their throwing axes to pepper them down. On the backside, more Marauder Horsemen on the way in. Going to be charging against the Skink Skirmishers, and it looks like overall the Warriors of Chaos have managed to stabilize this point while the Chaos Warriors keep working towards Objective 2, but it looks like really the epicenter of combat is going to be on this side here. So Chosen being absolute Giga Chads, just holding it, bashing the Saurus units while also, taking a beating from Kroxigors. And now we get the Armored Chaos Trolls moving over, and they might be able to fend off these Kroxigors. We'll have to see, but Tim doing an excellent job getting cap weight on the objective. He's able to get enough to wrestle it, so they do lose that one, but more Armored Chaos Trolls are on the way over. And now the Severed Claw is going to be hustling as the Marauder Horsemen chase down Skink Skirmishers. And that Mortis Engine Beast is probably doing good work, although it looks like he does finally get broken. All the poke, it's the Razordons. Tim the Wilder with the huge DACA. Those Razordons and Skink Skirmishers melting the Mutalith Beast. And it is actually shattered before it can pay for itself. So it does get 1,300 value, but that is a big blow to your boy Hadri's. That is a big blow right there, and an excellent play by Tim the Wilder. He gets all the Javelins and the Cohorts and the Razordon hunting packs, and they're able to take that down. I think if Hadri's had a Faded Buna, it could have been a different experience there. Really nice Stream of Corruption being popped right here. Values 5.3 to 8, so 3,000 value difference with healing taken into account. Lizards do also have healing, so it's looking like Tim the Wilder, with that pick on that big monster, might be pulling an advantage now. And on top of that, Tim is pressing the back point. He's got his Saurus Warriors, and he is looking to get the goodies if he can. More Zangors hustling up to the point. They're going to be moving for objective number 1. So there they go over towards objective number 3 here. We do see it being held by the Dinos, and this is going to be a tough one for Hadri. He's got Forsaken moving in. Forsaken aren't bad here, but they get absolutely mauled by Kroxigors, and especially, the cohort of Waddle. So Tim the Wilder might have just closed out the game there with that pick. That big Mutalith Beast was like the centerpiece that was going to Mortis and provide anti-large. Severed Claw might be able to work something back in. Their grinding power is nuts, and if you can get the Severed Claw standing on objective 3 fighting Kroxigors, just maybe. I think Festus needs to go Mortis Engine now too. Just screw the healing elixirs. Just get in there and start draining. I think that's really what needs to happen. A little bit of Haggard pressure back here, which is pretty funny. We do see some Chaos Warriors trying to grab that point, but it's not going to happen. And Zangors do arrive out of the Vanguard deployment to counter the Saurus Warriors. So overall, it looks like it's going to be a hold on objective 1 for Hadri's, but Tim the Wilder is just going bananas, of just fighting super tooth and nail over objective 3 here. And the Lizards have really gotten that momentum. The Kroxigor is just absolutely bashing through all these units here. Look at the Trolls. Armored Chaos Trolls are very good here, but, being poked and having terror-causing things nearby, like the Salamanders, can lead to their early routing. As you can see, they're starting to waver here, taking all those Javelins and just that poke. And the Razordon, man, Tim's micro with Razordons is so good. He's been able to just poke all day. 2,000 value on these Razordons, man. 2,000 value. Yeah, I agree. So somebody in chat saying, Dinos are a very well-balanced faction. Nothing is egregiously OP on them. They're very good. They're very consistent. A solid A-tier faction, I would say. Solid A-tier. Their ability to press objectives and, obviously having pretty good range, good kiting, good monsters. They can do a lot. They can do a lot for sure. Hadri's calling in more Trolls, but it looks like his back objective could get flipped here. He does manage to get some Halberds over here on the point, but the Saurus Warriors have arrived, and we do also see some Razordons being called in from the deeps. We're trying to do some work. Zangor's not going to have a good time here, getting nuked by the Ancient Salamander back there. Ancient Sally's doing pretty good. Only 500 value, but, she's been disruptive and causing terror, which is really what you need her for. Festus trying to anchor the point. Where's the Severed Claw? Did they ever make it over here? Doesn't look like it. Festus now applying his Mortis Engine up to about 900 value, so somewhat respectable as the Trolls do rally in the backfield and start doing battle with the Kroxigors. But Hadri's on the run with his Chaos Sorcerer, as we do see Marauder Horsemen on their way in to do some work. And, he's fighting hard to hold this back objective, and he has a little bit of time, but Tim is just so far ahead after that 2,000 gold Mutalith Beast fell. I feel like the Mutalith Beast, you don't want to bring it in a lot of matches. Even against Beastmen and Lizardmen, it just tends to die, for me at least, against all that poke. I mean, maybe if Festus had Fleshy Abundance as one of his spells, he could have kept it alive. I think the dual tech of the Slanesh caster wasn't super opportune, and that is going to be a victory for Tim the Wilder. GG, well played. So, in the last 2 single faction tournaments we had Hadri's win the first one with Kislev, and now Tim getting revenge with his Lizards. It seems like we're creating a nice little rivalry between these two. They'll probably be meeting in the finals of many more tournaments, I would imagine. But yeah, the build looks all right for Hadri's. At the end of the day, though, I think Valkia with a Deathcaster is the most ideal way to play it. Because Valkia can chase the Salamanders, and the Deathcaster can Buna down either Elite Infantry or the Salamander packs. So I think that is probably the way. Anyways, GG, well played. Congratulations to Tim, man. He earned it with Lizards. Bok all day. And well played to my boy Hadri's. He had a great run. Didn't think he was going to make it this far. And the Mutilith Beast really just let him down here. And also not having an answer for those Razor Dawns was tough. GG. Well played, guys. If you enjoyed tonight's tournament, please do drop a like on the way out. It helps out quite a bit. Helps keep the old Total War engine going. And probably Age of Empires tomorrow. And then the day after that, we'll do another Total War tournament. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I don't know. Good. Just know that good times are coming. Just know that the good times are coming indeed. All right, guys. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you on the other side. And that is going to be it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen.